Hello there. Good morning, whatever time it is, GM. Today is just going to be open panel. I'll look at I'll do the news and tweets, etc. But feel free to come on up. The panel is open. I have the goal set: 5 super chats, $5 or higher in the next 2 hours. That'll keep the panel going. In the meantime, we got 2 hours to hang out and spend with each other. Let's see what tweet. I just checked the news. It's more of the same. That Iranian assassination attempt dropped pretty quickly off the page. Biden and Trump are going to meet Wednesday. Amsterdam, unrest, etc. Okay, I do think I have a ton of tweets because I've been saving them since the election, but I haven't had time to go over them. So I think what I'll do is just work my way through those until I get a panel. Hey, Daniel Barry, what's up with you? Welcome. Okay, the first one, you'll recognize this one. Hey, Abe. This is not a video, it's just screen captures, but it's that awful, terrible woke video game. So these are thieves. In Dungeons & Dragons, the thieves are the people that steal shit. So this is the thief. He's saying, I'd appreciate it if you'd avoid fencing. Oh, this is that, this character, the one I can't stand. Her. The non-binary. She's really repping for that crowd. Winning those hearts and minds with her nasty, overbearing, bullying attitude. She's just a miserable person. Okay, let me not get started on her. I'd appreciate it if you'd avoid fencing any of the elven artifacts unless Balara tells you it's okay. So she's telling the thief. She's Karening the thief. What she's telling him is don't steal the shit. She phrases it as I'd appreciate it if you would. But that's an order. That's a command. Don't worry about that. The Lords of Fortune aren't thieves. And then he says, I mean, aren't you though? And then she says, nah, anything we hunt is salvage, old forgotten rooms and crap. And we make sure we're not screwing over a culture that lost. They're talking about the elven culture. So they're not thieves anymore because they don't steal shit from minorities that have been oppressed. They're just salvaging through ruins. So they're reframing everything. That's the whole point of this video game. They're reframing absolutely everything. Bex, hello. Content reaction. What's that? You mean you reacted to me? Oh, I can't wait to see this. Are you live now? Provo, I know you can find better content than me for your audience. I imagine I would be quite boring for them. Okay. Here's one I like about the woke from Wesley Yang. He makes the point that the woke were not elected. They obtained power through entryist capture of institutions. They were not just voted out. They hold all the same territory they held before the election. In order to change that, they will have to be ousted en masse. They're not just going to go anywhere because Donald Trump took power. Unless he does another executive order like he did the first time, which I hope he does. And this is actually from Justine Bateman. I wonder, is she the Justine Bateman? Looks like she might be. She says decompressing from walking on eggshells for the past 4 years. She says in 2020 the Democratic Party was overthrown by the woke party. Yes, I watched it happen. What I didn't realize was the groundwork for that was being laid even during Obama's term. I just didn't see it because Obama was the guy I voted for, and I didn't have to pay attention to politics then. He was just running things like he was supposed to run them, as far as I was concerned. So in 2020, George Floyd and all that, the woke party took over the Democrat Party, and the woke party has run the country for the past 4 years. I've done entire series on Biden's equity order and all of the agencies, the federal, state, local agencies that resulted from it, all of these strategic plans with the DI goals and initiatives and stuff, that all started under Biden's equity order. So she's correct here when she says the woke party has run the country for the past 4 years, at least institutionally. It produced negative results. That experiment is over. The woke party can take its place in the American political graveyard with the Whigs and the Federalists. It's over. Let's hope so. Much like in a zombie movie. Oh, I'm doing reaction content? Actually, I'm just doing filler content until I get a panel. You want to come up? The link should be pinned. Oh, no, wait, this guy. You'll got to see this guy. Hang on. This is a good video. I'll just let it speak for itself.
People did not choose grocery prices over your human rights. People chose grocery prices over your delusions that your rights were being taken away in the first place. Nobody is taking away your rights. Trump was already president, and he didn't take away gay marriage. He didn't enact a national abortion ban. So stop scolding working class people because they didn't prioritize your delusions over their ability to put food on the table. The people who talk so much about privilege don't seem to understand what a privileged position it is to be in, to be able to prioritize your own delusions that your rights are being taken away, to be able to prioritize that over your ability to put food on the table. I see so many people doing anything but reflecting on why the Democrat Party's message was such a resounding failure with the American people this election cycle. This was a sweeping red wave because people are tired of prioritizing fake issues. People are tired of coddling adults to demand that everybody prioritize their feelings over everyone else's ability to feed themselves.
Yes, they're cry bullies. They're narcissistic cry bullies. I don't have anything else to say. He said everything I have to say on the topic. Okay, another video. Branding, merch. We got Eddie Bauer. Maybe I could get a sponsorship with them. Hello, Plastic African. Nice to see you again. I have another video I can play.
Different way.
I'm going to mention it again. The Smith-Mundt Modernization Act of 2012 made it legal for the federal government, the United States federal government, to produce propaganda for dissemination in the United States. That happened at the same time that the smartphone reached market saturation. Yeah. So everybody had the internet in their pocket. The most powerful mind control device ever devised was built into your smartphone. The like button will make people behave in crazy ways. Everybody that listens to the mainstream media, the corporate media, and gets their news from it, you are all being propagandized.
The propagandized part is probably true. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but what he's saying is probably factually correct, that the Smith-Mundt, that's the one we talked about the other day, which I didn't even know about myself, where back in the day, I think like the 60s, hey, hey, Ninja, yes, all you Nazi, fascist, white supremacists, racist, homophobe, misogynists, welcome, welcome, welcome. America was they had this media, Voice of America was one of the radio stations, that they created content for the rest of the world about America, but they were not allowed to show it to American citizens. And then I think they changed it where you can do a Freedom of Information Act to get it or something. So they were creating entire content for the rest of the world that we were not allowed to see because it was propaganda. And they did something with that act recently that allowed them, like, you could show American citizens that now. And it probably did coincide with the rise of the smartphone, like he said. Now, I think they should call it mindless control, not mind control. People with minds are not that easy to control. People that think are less easy to control than I think the people with less minds. So I don't think they should call it mind control. I think they should call it mindless control. Oh, and did y'all see this about... Oh, Plastic Africans in the back. I'll take him up in just a second. I'll show one more tweet. In fact, let me fact check this. There's a FEMA scandal. Or maybe. Yes, it actually did happen. Even CNN's reporting on it. Here. Somebody leaked this. How do I blow it up? So, these are the best practices. This is from the FEMA authorities to somebody. Nobody goes anywhere alone. Avoid homes advertising Trump. So they were specifically telling people. I think this was in the aftermath of the hurricane. They were specifically telling people if homes had Trump signs on them to skip them and not help them. That's beyond hateful. That should be criminal. And it looks like that employee was removed from their role. FEMA fires employee for telling millions of released workers to skip houses with Trump signs. FEMA told, yep, this happened. All the stations are reporting on it. Hello, Joe. What's up? Hello, African. Plastic African. What's up? Are you there? You're on. You're live, caller. Okay. Well, maybe he stepped away. So it was just like some FEMA supervisor or something sending. I want more detail. But I don't want to get my detail from CNN. Is the Telegraph a trusted news source?
Sorry, boss. I joined
Oh,
in
hey,
there.
there
I
you
just
are.
had to go downstairs to get some weed.
Some
Sorry,
mead? You're drinking
some
mead?
tobacco. I don't know
Wow.
where we are. Could be in Iran, Saman, some other planetary system.
Well, we're in panel space anyway. You're right. It could
It's
be
okay.
anywhere.
Panel space is Google or Alphabet. And the
I was in
best.
Florida.
I don't fucking give a shit. It's the man with the people. So Trump has won, huh?
So what's going on with you? What time is it over there?
What the fuck, man? Who gives a shit about time? Time is irrelevant. Time is
Well,
fucking,
I'm curious what time it is over
it's a
there.
fucking
You're right
construct.
in that it's panel
Okay.
time, but I'm trying to assess several things by asking that question.
Oh, so how
One of
drunk
which is
or how
what
earlier it
number cup of mead you're on.
is? It's pretty late, but not too late. Why? Jeff? X. Huh? Jen? Is that what I say? Jeff
You can
X.
call me
Jen? Is
Jeff.
that your name? Jeff
I'm
X.
a Gen
Jen?
Xer, but you can call me Jeff.
Come on, man. You're good? Your crowd good? Your friends good?
Uh, yeah, what little I have, they're okay. They're all right.
Little you have. Oh,
Oh, Joe, you missed him on election night. Playing a Tobin movie. He has fucking costumes. He
no,
was Gandalf. He was an Icelandic Santa Claus. He was Crocodile Dundee.
you know, man. You know,
And he's
man.
an insufferable drunkard, apparently. This is one of the drunk Brits that
Oh,
South
wow.
African, South
Insufferable.
African,
I'm an insufferable. Shit.
that joined us on election night. He's one
Now
of the
I'm hurt.
brickies.
Now I'm hurt. Who called me insufferable? I'm going to look him up. And
Gorgonzola. Gorgonzola.
Gorgonzola called me insufferable cunt, did they? Fuck you, Gorgonzola.
Well, they were fired. It looks like.
Ah,
I
motherfucker.
noticed that they're not naming who this official is, probably for good
Fuck
reason.
off. You said it, so it's you.
So, stepped on a frog. All right, well, I guess he's going to fill up his mead. That's yes, talking about time doesn't matter. I don't even think historical time matters anymore here. Okay, Joe, how are you feeling? And tell us about your date. Is it happening today? Probably not. You don't want to infect your lady on a first date. Here I am. Good. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna commit to the old time and do 2 hours unless people could pay to keep it going. I think that's fair. People still get the space. They still get whatever they come here for, and I still have a way to draw some kind of income from it. Oh, okay. You st- well, good. This is a good. It's a good way to see how she handles unpredictability and a sick potential boyfriend. Yeah, I agree. The firing happened, but it I don't think it should end there. Talking about people that talk about like I'm calling it wokeness. I'm just gonna say antipathy for anybody that's not part of the progressive left. Um,
And those people are not insufferable.
they are insufferable, way
Okay.
more insufferable than you are.
Oh shit, man!
Like
So
like you at least come on the panel. I don't even think they would last on one of these panels.
well, I'm insufferable here for somebody or some people. That is a terrible thing to say. I'm now sending my insufferable army after them. Mhm.
Well, it is just
I
that one
know, I
guy,
know, I know.
possibly a troll. I
I
would
mean,
just assume
that's cool,
troll.
man. They called me insufferable. That's an honestly like insufferable. It's like you fucking got to know somebody to be insufferable.
Well, don't prove them right. Don't sit there and make a truth teller out of them. Um, but they say like, oh, wokeness, you're exaggerating. It doesn't have the real world impact. You know, they try to deny, dismiss. They Dorvo and gaslight about the wokeness. I covered
Man,
the story in Seattle with the medics that they had to cancel DI training. Here we got a FEMA person telling them not to help Trump. This shit does have an effect. It does have a real world impact. Stupid people swallow it up and believe it, and then they take actions based on this ideology. So quit gaslighting about, oh, it's no big deal. And even though it's over, it's on its way out, the country rejected it, that doesn't mean it's going away in the institutions. So we still have to be vigilant until it's gotten rid of completely and fades out. Or at least goes back to pre-19, mid-90s level, which is where I first noticed it. Oh, let me check this out, Mr. B. Me too here. So far it seems to be. We have Plastic African here. And anybody else that wants to come up. Or
the
it's actually a
insufferable.
limited open. It's a qualified anyone else.
Well, that'd be
I went
right.
over the community guidelines yesterday too. Here, you should check them out. They should be in the
Why?
descriptions.
You got some
And
community.
I'm gonna
Also, why? Because you just bring insufferable cunts onto your panel.
oh my God, you gave him a complex, Gordon.
I
You
know,
just got trolled, dude. You just let
he's
a
done,
troll
man. He's done, man. I'm
win.
telling you. It's personal, man. That sounds personal.
Do you know the guy? He's an internet
I don't give
stranger.
a fuck. It's what you said, and you said it wasn't you. So I'm like, I told people like,
No, I was just reading what this guy
yeah,
wrote.
exactly. Yeah, there you go. There we go, man. That guy is reading it, going, "Holy shit, man! Somebody's coming after me because they're fucking on." We
I
found
hope you
out.
don't let it ruin the rest of your night.
I know, I know. No, it's. I'm joking, man. I know I'm insufferable. That's damn hard, man. That's just like, okay, how can I not be insufferable? I can't, can you? You can't,
Just be
like, no,
yourself. If you're insufferable, just
I
own it.
am
Just be
myself,
embrace
motherfucker.
it. Okay, there's our guidelines. Let me check out this.
Mm-mm. So, what is it they say that like no man's an island, right? Or every man's an island?
Supposedly, yeah, that we're all interdependent.
I know, but but it's either one or the other, isn't it?
I think
And
it could be a bit. I mean, we
no,
do
no,
need
no,
our
no,
alone time.
no, because no identity of you, your personality doesn't come off other people. You know, there's no way that you can have anything from, yourself. It has to be a mirror image. And our friends, our families would imprint on us over the years and the, things that happen to us and how we deal with them and how people deal with that has happened to you. You know, that's what takes and that's what is. So we either like collectively accept that or we try to go through the whole prism of what is the identity politics of I would say not Sigmund Freud, but the other one,
Carl
Jung.
Jung.
Jung. It's called Jung, isn't it? The whole
Yeah.
collective ideal.
Oh yeah, the
You know,
collective
within,
unconscious.
it's within rather than what people do. But it's how you deal with it and what you are. And then it goes to what subject are you? Are you a narcissist? Are you a megalomaniac? Are you what is it that you want out of life, out of people? Because other people are your friends, your instrument, or just a witness of who you are. Yeah, I guess.
I kind of like that. That's a great question. What do you want out of other people? I rarely get I rarely get what I want out of other people to the extent that I actually know what I want. But I've also been surprised by other people and gotten way more than I ever expected I could. So I guess it's complicated. This video is from Dave Rubin. Do you think I'm gonna get copyrighted if I play it? I tried to get him to come on my show. We tried to get him to join our D&D group, but he didn't bite. I'll play it. Maybe it'll draw Dave to the channel. All right, this is from Dave Rubin. Oh, wrong screen. Hang on. Is there a way to blow these up?
3 leftist lunatics, and of course they're masked morons at a coffee shop,
I like the sound
harassing a
effects.
Jewish customer who just wants to go to the bathroom.
Private property.
I want to go into the
I do
restroom.
need you to leave.
What is wrong with these people?
Their own, but we gotta head.
They're bullies. This is how they are in Seattle. We're not talking about the people up here. I'm talking about these
I
people.
want to go into the
I
restroom.
need you to leave.
You're not going to let me into the
People say go
restroom?
hiking, go find
No, I
people
want
to
to
play
use this
board
one.
games with. Go. These are the people that there are to do that shit with up here.
Free Palestine. It's always.
Thank you.
It's always. Yeah. Great.
Okay, they were fired, right? Good.
They've all been fired. So actually, there's a nice ending to this story. These people no longer work at that coffee shop.
Woke is over. I'm telling you,
Regardless
woke
of
people
whatever
go
your
back to
feelings
your
are happening
basement,
about
your video
10,000 miles
games,
away
wherever you came
across the
from.
Atlantic, in the Middle
You're
East,
done.
that you would stop a woman from going to the bathroom who buys a cup of coffee at your store because of whatever your feelings about that thing are. 3 leftist lunatics.
Wow. Just wow. Joe, they want you. You're in demand. Gandalf is not enough.
I mean, when you say woke people go under, you can't say that. You have to bring people up. There's no way of pushing
I
them
don't.
down.
These people. No. These people don't want to be brought up. They do not want to live in society with the rest of us. They have so much contempt for. I have tried bringing them up. They do not want that.
Then they sink. They don't get.
Yeah,
pushed
I
down.
think that's
They
what's going to
sink.
happen.
It doesn't
How, like
matter-
the video
yeah.
we just watched. How do you bring people like that up?
Well, I mean, well, how do they not recognize, failure? How do they deal with failure in their terms?
They
What
don't.
is
I think they've
failure?
always had people to coddle them and protect them from failure.
Exactly. No, but failure isn't a problem. Failure is a solution, right? Because once you admit to it, you get better, or you can't do it again because you're just not worthy of it, right? You move.
Yeah, I don't
move
think
along,
self-improvement
move
is high
along,
on their
sorry,
priority
you can't
list.
do this. You don't understand, or whatever. And we don't have that, do we? What is it like? Elon Musk is. Oh yeah, he's a smart. No, he's not. Elon is clever because he gets clever people around him and finds solutions for that, right?
That's a certain skill set.
Yeah, we got, but that's a person that understands and tries to understand, and other people are around him. Oh yeah, fuck, but they get things done. The brilliance of this is that fucking hell. I mean, what was it? Fucking Trump created what's it? Space Force, right? Yeah,
Space Walk?
Space Force.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, now, Space Force will have a contract with Elon Musk. Now, Space Force will have more than NASA. You know what I mean? NASA was the North American Space Association, or
Yeah.
what they had to do with fucking fighting the commies. But now, it's private. Ah,
But they couldn't get the astronauts back, so
I do.
they had to turn to Elon.
When people went to America, okay, in the beginning, do you think most of them went, "No, I'm coming home. I'm going to be like sharing my profits with my family"? No, man. It was about you go there. It's a one-way fucking trip most of the time. There's very little that came back. Really was. Besides, like I guess uh, what's it? Drake, Sir Francis Drake was one of the ones that came back. Oh, but he died out there anyway. But he came back, and some of the other sailors worked to and fro from Britain, Europe to America, the New World into Asia. A lot of it, man, is like one way fucking ticket, man.
Yeah. Wouldn't you? Like, this is in a lot of ways, the most free nation on earth. The nation where people can come and most be themselves and most actualize their dreams, wishes, and desires. Who would not want to?
Okay,
Who
okay.
would want to go back from that?
Well, no, but no, they didn't have that. They didn't. They had the concept of that was later. All right. The first things was moving away from what they had into something they thought and would have been better because they didn't have it. I was talking to a friend about. They talk about the Australians, yeah, the Australians, the American, sorry, the British had Australia, and the British used to send, as they say, the tail end of the English and the Welsh and the Scottish or
Now I
whatever
think they
they
send
are.
them here.
And the badasses used to go there. Many of them never got there. You they were thrown overboard. Only the girls and the women, and maybe 5% of the men got into the islands, or the colony of Australia when that happened. So the numbers that they sent off, so the British Empire went, "Oh yeah, you guys are going to the colonies because you're fucking dig some shit and die out there." No, no, man, they would died on the fucking boat journey. I fucking put that. They didn't have the ability to whip those guys into action.
Yeah, was there any kind of infrastructure at all when they got there? Like, did the British have a government set up for them, or were they just kind of on their own?
But no, no, there was always yeah, there was areas of it. There was expansion throughout. Yeah, cool. And most of the men that actually were due to die there as criminals never got there.
Oh, your microphone just went wonky.
Did it?
Oh, now you're back. Look, the guy just apologized to you. He said he's ever so sorry. See, I don't think he's American. He's ever so sorry for the regrettable comment that he made. You're not an insufferable drunkard after all.
Fucking now that's nah man. I'm getting it now. No,
He's
dude.
not buying it. He thinks he
Yeah,
was still
man. I
being. He
mean,
thinks this is the real
nah,
troll.
fuck that, man. That's some bullshit there. At least have
Oh,
some fucking conviction about your fucking statement to
don't
me.
ever apologize to a
Yeah, exactly.
a
Don't
drunkard.
ever apologize. Don't you learn? No, I'm kidding, man. It was all good, man. Come on, man. It's all good, man. It's only words.
Right. It is only words. Well, what do you have going on over there? What you do?
Um,
Is it your weekend?
well, no shit. No, it's sorry. I'm on Mars time. I'm on a Tuesday night in Mars. What are you talking about? Is it your fucking weekend? You fucking. Where do you think there's not a weekend right now?
People that work on weekends that have their weekends in the
Oh
middle of the
shit,
week,
man!
like
Oh, that's
Wednesday
it.
and
Oh,
Tuesday.
this is the weekend, man. I'm a working day. I'm a
Plus,
working day.
you're in some weird time zone anyway. You're not even in reality time zone. So
That's not fair, bro. Reality time zone. That's really scarce. You can get that. How's that work?
I'm really just trying to make conversation. So just you take my questions as prompts.
Too seriously. Shit, man. Sorry, bro. I shall I shall evaluate the problem here. That's all good, man. It's good. The weekend's good. I met a friend I hadn't seen for a while. You know, had a good time with him. pissing off anti-Trumpers. You know what I mean? Like I should have bought my MAGA hat out.
Oh, this is in person?
We just say like piss people off, lefties.
They have
Like
anti-Trumpers in the UK?
yeah, man, they have
Wow.
big time, bro. These people like Trump is he's a
We know
devil.
we know they have in Canada.
And you got anti-Trumpers everywhere, bro. They're fucking ridiculous.
Y'all have a
fucking
country
idiots.
of your own they could be focusing
man.
on. But they're in power there, right? Or is it the left in power in the UK?
The left is an asshole here. They only won by 20% of the vote. It's really terrible. Yeah, it's a very disgraceful thing that's going on. To be honest with you, very dangerous. Very dangerous. There's a lot petitioned and happening. I mean, the thing is like we have this foreign secretary that said that Trump was KKK, and technically it's like, whoa, KKK, bro, call him a Nazi, but KKK, man, Trump, KKK, okay, you gotta have some fucking proof of that, bitch. Jesus. Trump KKK. Fuck, man. Yeah. No wonder Mar-a-Lago. That's why Mar-a-Lago was there, right? KKK.
What was the aftermath of that? Because that does seem like a bold thing to say and go unchallenged on.
There is no aftermath. The aftermath is the problem that this guy said that is foreign secretary to the government. Yeah. And just like,
is that
can't have that. Well, Trump isn't president yet. It's only a few more weeks, or yeah.
Oh wow! Keir Stammer, is that your PM? Says he stands by the secretary who called Donald Trump a neo-Nazi sympathizing sociopath. Wow.
Yeah, man, the guy knows. Fucking idiot, man. Say that shit. Say that shit to like Trump.
And then to have the prime minister back him up.
Have you guys seen that film called The Apprentice?
Yeah, I watched the first few seasons, and then I watched some Celebrity Apprentice.
No, it's a film, just Apprentice. It's called. You didn't see it then. Okay, look it up. It's a kind of, on Trump, a forte on Trump, and it's kind of close, I think. Trump isn't an idiot, huh? He plays the media.
Oh. He's a troll. He's a master troll. He just pulled off quite like one of the most remarkable achievements, I think, in American politics, and probably in my lifetime. Well, I think that Democratic propaganda machine might be on its way out. Okay, we have someone in the back named Joker. I haven't met you before. They dropped off. If you drop your channel in the back so I can kind of see a little bit about you, and flash your camera so I can know you're a real person, I'll let you on. I have to do a little bit of vetting here because of all the trolls we seem to attract. Let me try to pull up your channel. So when did he say this? How recent is this? Was it before the election? All right, let's see. Okay, Joker. You look kind of legit. Oh, it looks like you keep dropping off. It might be your connection. All right. I'll take a chance on you. There's not much going on. I'm going to use my overlay. Okay. Hang on one second. Just don't porn bomb me or anything like that. Okay.
No, bro. I ain't gonna do that, bro. You know what I mean?
Cool. What's
You
up?
hear me okay, yeah?
Yeah, you're coming in fine.
Yeah. Plastic.
Oh, do y'all know each other?
Jojo. It's Jojo Plastic African. Joe Kerr, Scottish Joe, Mr. Arsehole.
The Brits are back.
You know what I mean? That's me. The echo's me. I'm sorry. That's me.
Oh, I
Plastic,
don't hear
you
an
know who
echo.
I am, man. Chris the Brick's friend, Joe Kerr.
Well, welcome.
I ain't got no audio through this two text, but I just double muck about with my audio because I ain't getting no audio through my speakers. 2 seconds.
Oh, okay. You sound fine to me. Like on my end, you're good.
Come back. That's okay. I'll shut down the browser and come back. Is that okay? Just nod
Yeah.
your head. I'll know it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, it's up to you, Gen X, Jeff. Plastic
Yeah.
Captain kens who Jojo is for Scotland in the UK Brigade, Chris the Brick, the rest of them, Plastic. Jojo, the arsehole for Scotland, yeah. I can't hear you guys, but if Gen X nods, I'll come back, yeah.
You're good.
Perfect, right. I'll hang up and come back, right. Do apologise, all right? 2 ticks. Well, there's no sorry, actually, to be fair. It is what it is, isn't it? I can't hear you, so bye.
I stopped watching after he fired Cyndi Lauper. That did it for me with Celebrity Apprentice because he fired her for not. She was being ethical, and he thought she should have been less ethical, and because she took credit for like somebody else made a mistake, and she ultimately took accountability for it, and he felt like she should have let that person take the fall and saved herself. And I'm like, what the fuck? And she said the same thing. And plus, she was ADHD and neurodivergent, so I enjoyed watching her use her neurodivergent, but it clashed with the rest of the teammates, and I think a little bit with Trump himself. Oh no, that's Scottish. Don't worry about it, though, Bess. It wasn't English. It was Scottish. I didn't understand half of it either.
What was the Joker guy then? Why was he here?
Is he a friend of yours? Apparently, he knows you.
I don't know.
I think he's from Bricky. Bricky brought all kind of new, interesting people to this channel.
Me included. I give him that.
Yeah, you included.
Yeah, Jeff. Yeah, cool. It's all good, man. Yeah, besides the other guy called me insufferable.
Yeah, but he apologized. God, well, if you need to talk about it, I'm a peer counselor.
An operation. We go into the back room. We have.
Yeah. It's okay to talk about your feelings here.
F, me and you cool, man. Me and you cool. Not the other insufferable cunt, but me and you cool. So good, man. So fucking good.
Right.
So yes, it's still the weekend. I ain't working. I was meeting a friend who hadn't been out for a while. I ain't seen him in almost a year. You know, works.
And y'all were trolling Trump supporters?
Oh man, you know it, man. No,
like is this like at a pub or a coffee shop?
Supporters, you know, Kamala supporters. It'll go around and go like, hey, yeah, don't you like it? You know, it's like, oh my god, man, all these people are far right. You're gonna find some far right people, some black guys, and go like, yeah, they're far right too. Yeah.
Yeah, the black Nazis.
Yeah, I mean that's half the problem. This is like the establishment is the establishment. You got fucking, what was it? Who was saying it? Like before it happened, it was fucking P. Diddy, right? P. Diddy has all this stuff about his fucking, you know, ooh, let's not talk about it. Hey, brother, what is that? You know, like, ooh. And then he's like, yeah, no, vote for Kamala. It's like, Jesus.
P. Diddy was?
Yeah, but well, P. Diddy's crew, wasn't it?
Oh.
P. Diddy, yeah, come on, it was, yeah. That's why, what was it, his name? Marshall Mathers.
Oh, Eminem? What about him?
Well, he voted for Kamala.
I know, that surprised me because his new album is so anti-woke.
I know. But it was just before, his daughter came out with what happened with P. Diddy. Look it up.
I didn't follow the P. Diddy story a lot. It involved his daughter.
There's a web of information, huh? And again, like, what was it they say? Yeah, 500 years. Is it? When do you think the great expansion of the Western Foundation was? The greatest expansion was under, I believe, Elizabeth, and you know, again, fucking what's her name? The biggest fat one with Europe. What do they call her? I've got a coin.
Camilla.
Come on,
Diana.
boy. Come on, think about it.
I don't know the British stuff. What did Elizabeth do?
So Elizabeth had.
Nah, man, still ain't got no fucking audio coming through
You
this.
can't
shit.
hear us?
2 seconds.
Can you hear us?
2 seconds.
Okay.
Yo, we figured it out. Do apologise.
Oh,
Yeah.
now we're with you now?
Yeah. I can hear you now. I need to turn my soundbar down.
Okay.
Have you got an echo?
Mm-mm. Not on my end.
Cool. That's perfect. How you doing, Plastic?
Fantastic.
Ooh, well, wait now.
Well, why not, man? You know, it's like
Thatcher, she wasn't fat.
sit the fuck out of town. What I was talking about before was fucking the fat one in Britain, Victoria. The Victoria.
Oh, yeah. Okay. The little
But
short fat one.
Elizabeth was about basically subversion and disinformation under the empire. The
Oh, what
biggest-
empire would that be? What empire would that be,
The
Plastic?
British Empire, sir. The
Well,
British
to
Empire.
be fair, if you want to talk about the British
Elizabeth
Empire, if you would like to talk about the British Empire, have you ever served under the British Empire?
Have you?
Yes, I'm an ex-soldier. First time Royal Scots and Royal Regiment.
Good on you.
Pontius Pilate's
Yes.
bodyguards, 25071418. And
Don't tell
halfway
me
through
about
my military service,
2513.
1 year old
You
week,
need that.
87,
2513.
I was an
You know,
accountant. And I tell you what, guys, I was an accountant in many places where you come from, Plastic. But I was just an infantryman, an anti-tanksman. Bobby
Good.
McCabe's boys, go fuck
Good,
your
okay.
G-Stock, your GCHQ. So, I'm going to ask you,
No,
if you want to talk about the Empire,
God.
what is your specialist subject about the Empire? Is it because you're a plastic African, which means that you ran away, or did you serve the Empire and stand fast, motherfucker, or did you leave?
Stand fast to what?
Did he even? I think he was the wizard of the party.
No. The wizards are actually Scots. They're Celts. That's why Elizabeth, went up to Balmoral and become a witch before she became queen. And that's
you
why,
mad?
guys, when you think about it,
What's
right,
What's
once
good for
Elizabeth
you?
died, they broke the
What's good
house
for you,
staff,
man?
right? They broke the
Listen,
house staff,
Why are you
and
being
that's
so
why
aggressive?
the what? Come on, guys. It's
Why
a
are you
what?
being so
What is
aggressive,
it? When it's
Jojo?
all
What's
just
good
a
for you?
mirage.
What's
show
good
is
for you?
gone.
If you're talking
You're
about
trying to be
Redmond,
plastic
what
African,
Redmond was
plastic
foot for
African.
you, sir?
Well, what you
Don't
fucking
tell
you?
me.
Well, listen. What
Tell me your
you want to
foot.
bad
No.
mouth me?
Okay, we're gonna have to be able to have some kind of conversation. I know you Brits like to get drunk and holler over each other, but
I'm only wanting answered the one question I've asked, and he will not answer it without trying to rebut it.
I think he was answering it at the same time you were asking it. Y'all have that
Hang on,
remarkable
he's
talent.
talking to visitors. You cannot ask me that question, as he said.
Why can I not? Why can I not?
He's
ask you?
challenging
What
your
is the
military
question
service and
again,
your
sir?
loyalty to the
Tell me
empire.
what the question is again.
No, I'm not. It's
sir.
not
No,
the
no,
military service are loyal to the empire. If he calls the empire bad,
I don't think he called it bad. He just said that was the greatest expansion of it under Elizabeth.
Yeah, exactly. The greatest expansion was under two queens.
was
One
it really?
was
The greatest
Elizabeth I,
expansion, the biggest
Victoria.
empire known to man, the biggest
Yeah.
empire known to man is the American empire. If we take what
Which
empire
is
I think he's taking
wait.
credit for that.
Why don't you let me finish? Why don't you let me finish, bro? It's called a rebuttal, right? Yeah, you let me finish the rebuttal. If we think about empires, the British Empire controlled what? 40% of the UK. Why did they do that? How did they do that? They had a military base there saying, shut the fuck up, idiot, do as we tell you. Basically, right? Yeah, tyranny. Now, if you look at empires, America has an air force base in 79% of the world. American empire is the worst empire on the planet when you think about it. And when you look at it, the British Empire is the largest empire to lose the second largest amount of actual land, because the Holy Roman Empire is the largest empire to lose the largest amount of land. To be fair, Plastic African, and I only know this, Plastic African, because my nation came before England anyway. Scotland was there before England was. We are the people, innit? And you know that, Plastic, because you're still part of the people. It's called A red hand brigade.
Don't be like-
Protestantism. Isn't
No.
it? It's Protestantism that controls the planet. Because Trump ain't a prod, is he? No, Trump no a prod, is he? No
Maybe
at all.
Protestant values or ideals are dominant.
Well,
I don't
not
think
really.
actual Protestants.
Well, do you actually know that Protestants are
Protestant culture.
protesting Catholics?
Oh,
Protestants protesting Catholics. Otherwise, King Charles would not be the defender of the Catholic faith,
Oh
being a
my
Protestant, would he?
really?
So, if
Don't-
all Christians, apart from Jews, yeah,
So you're a
stem
Catholic.
from Roman Catholicism, then most
You're a
Christians are
Catholic
actually
Scottish.
pagan, and that's why we celebrate pagan rituals and pretend we're nice. Is that not like what you're
Do
saying?
you two know each other beforehand?
Nah, he's a plastic African. I know he's not a Kafir, and he knows what that means because I've been based there and I've worked with South African SAS. Big up the Saturdays and Sundays, ya mug. We know you're plastic because you ran away.
All of this sounds like cope. Scottish sounds like he's trying to cope. The Brit sounds like he's trying to cope.
Well,
I agree about American empire. Hey,
you
well,
worked in American. You're an American, right? That won your war of independence in 1776 when the British Empire was winning, but in actual fact it's called the Boston Tea Party because nothing important happened that day. The only thing that really happened that day was you agreed to pay the Royal Crown 4.5% on every state that was grown for 500 years, just like we learnt a lesson with Hong Kong. We had to hand it back after 500. We wanted 4.5% out of use every state that's formed to a certain point. That's why America stopped forming states for a long period of time, and there's only 4 states in America that do not pay 4.5% tax. It's why the king negotiated a way to stay when he was beating your ass, bro. Right? That's why it's called the Boston Tea Party. He negotiated a way with the Scots Rite Masons, right? Yeah, to actually stay in America.
yeah, sure.
To stay in America, like financially, right? Yeah. And what actually happened at that point was the king had made a proclamation to the Indians that he wouldn't go any further fucking west. And the minute you declared independence in 1776, the King's proclamation to go west was fucking ripped up. And then the South, that was already free, the Scottish plantations, for the 1st Battalion of the Royal Scots, the Royal Regiment's Catholic following that died in the Bahamas before the Battle of Derry, when Big King Billy on the Wall said, "Come back here, boys," and start tomahawking them. Right? Yeah? The good old boys, the good old
Sure,
boys.
I'll go with all that.
Well, if you think about it, a General Lee flag is nothing more than a Scottish flag, a solitaire inverted in blood with the 7 plantation stars. That was the Royal Scots that came back and took back over what the Indians couldn't keep.
And the Irish, I heard.
Well, the Battle of the
and
Boyne.
the Lowlanders.
Yeah. The Lowlanders are Scots, right? And at the Battle of Derry, when the Stuart King had been ran out, yeah, and the Dutchman, you know those Dutch Masons, you know the Orange Lodge, you know, right? Yeah. Big King Billy on the wall.
On the little bottles of cleanser.
Does that make sense? What I'm saying? Big King Billy on the wall. Yeah. The Battle of Derry. Yeah. When the Stuart clans, you know what I mean? The Royal Scots had just finished beating the Indians. Yeah. They were in the Bahamas for an R&R when they got called back for the Battle of Derry. And that was against the Stuarts. Now, the 1st Battalion Royal Scots are a Stuart clan. That makes sense.
Okay, no, it doesn't make sense to him.
Protestant,
No.
half for Protestant, half for Catholic. And that's why Catholic Royal Scots stayed in the Deep South. And plastic African, man, he's saying nothing about it. Because one, he's not born in any of the countries we're talking about. And 2, he doesn't want to actually listen. He wants to talk over. You know, there's a problem with that plastic African.
Man, I mean, listening to this drivel.
And did you know that aren't the Appalachian Mountains part of the Scottish Highland Mountains?
Allegedly, the only reason the slaves were freed was because they're Presbyterians, which is Mary Sweeney Scots, the Stuarts, Catholicism, church.
Oh, it's not going to get calmer with the Scots and the drunk Brits. I don't think it's getting calmer. We need some of that Viking, an infusion of Viking spirit.
Viking is Scots.
Vikings are Scott? I thought they were
Vikings,
Celtic.
Vikings are Celtic. Scots are Celts. If you go
I'm
back
part
to the
Scottish.
moment, well, if you're part Scottish, where you from? I'm from Edinburgh. I'm a borough boy, literally.
I don't want to say because I don't know
member.
enough about it, so I don't want to. I
What
don't
is
know
your
where
what
it's
is
gonna
your
do for my standing.
what is your so-called clan that begins with
I don't
a
want to say.
clan that begins with a C, no a K, right? What clan do you come from?
Yeah, I don't
Where
have a
do
clan with a
you
K. I'm
There's
not.
your
I don't
clan
want to
with a
say.
You don't want to
Suffice
say.
it to say, it's Scottish.
Is that your
We
tartan?
supposedly have our own little town.
Is that your tartan? You Campbelltown?
No. This.
You can't hear
And this is genetic heritage, not cultural at all.
plastic.
Like
Plastic,
culturally,
you're
we're Brit.
you're
Like
right,
that
you're
part of my
working.
family is British. We came over with the Puritans and settled.
Right,
and all
okay,
that.
okay, I get you, I get you.
To be honest with you, okay, Jeff, my officer that trained me was a Highlander. All right. In my day, when I come from Africa, okay.
Yeah.
When I seriously, this is hard. This guy, okay, this guy,
Yeah. This guy.
on an ambush, okay, on an ambush, we're laying out. Somebody almost died there. No, don't worry about you. Him. He made us run up a fucking waterfall to get away from a
That sounds
mock
cool.
ambush back in my day in Scotland in the winter. And
Where about in Scotland?
west.
On the west coast.
Look, Lomond. Look.
That's not the west coast. Technically, that's the central belt. Technically, that's the central belt. You were next to an ex-RAF Air Force base, but you were in billets, yeah? Half circle tin kind of billet.
Don't worry about this. This guy's still.
No. I know what I'm
Don't
talking
worry
about. I'm just
that.
asking if you were sitting next to the place that's actually now a prison. It's
Yeah.
called Lomos Prison. It used to be an ex-Air Force base.
Okay.
Right?
Fine.
And it used to get used when I joined the army in
Don't say
96,
about that,
97. It was used as a venture training.
Sir,
You take
it
you up the
don't matter
Trossachs
about
and into Loch Lomond.
Hey, Joker.
You get out of these swimming and mountain biking and all that kind of shit.
Can I ask you a question, Jojo?
Did you do that as a TA?
Jojo, can I ask you a question, Jojo?
Yeah. Anyone you want.
Okay, cool. Are you considered a vanguard?
I'm considered Saturdays and Sundays.
Do you know what a vanguard is?
I've got a SAS smock.
Do you know what a vanguard is?
I'm considered Saturdays and Sundays. I've got a SAS smock. Yes. I'm a vanguard. Yeah. Okay. Would you like to see my long hair? I've got longer hair than you, bro. And the bottom line is, whether you like it or not.
I feel like they're gonna sword fight any minute.
No, there's no
Like in
sword fight here,
Braveheart.
bruv. There's no sword fight here, bruv. I'm a borough boy. I'm a founding member of EYT. It's stabby, innit? You know what I mean? No swordy.
I
Getting
don't
close.
know what you mean.
No make a canoe out of you. You get this? You'd be full of holes. Come on.
Is that your mead?
National dress. Scottish
Do you
national
make it
dress
yourself?
is a kilt. The Scottish national dress is a kilt, right? And then your sock on the right hand side, there's a wee dagger.
The little garter.
It's called a ski and do. So shut your mouth, or I'll take the ski and do right out of you. Plug. No make a canoe out of you.
Scots they're awfully defensive.
That was good, Joe. That was good.
This guy I'm talking to, Joker. You're clearly West, huh?
I'm East Coast. I'm Butterboy, Edinburgh, Broomhouse, Oxgangs, Broomhouse.
We need Alan up here. That's the only other Scot I know.
Yeah, I'm Bobby McCabe's boys. First time Rob Scots. East Coast, bruv. Bobby McCabe's boys.
Oh, so then Northumberland.
Yeah. No. Edinburgh.
Oh, 5?
Edinburgh.
5.
Edinburgh's below 5. Edinburgh's below 5.
So my wife comes from 5.
Oh, we do have another Scot. I didn't realize you came around here anymore.
Yeah.
So long.
Dunfermline, yeah? You know
Dunfermline is still Scottish power. Dunfermline's Scottish power and Edinburgh's Scottish power. So your wife's still a chavvy, no a chuctor. You don't get a chuctor for Dundee up, brother. It's Dundee up, you're a chuctor.
I wish YouTube had live
Dundee
cams.
up, let's go the power cards. That's the traps,
rude.
that's the chuctors.
That's so rude. So her
but it's not rude. It's just Scottish.
Well, no,
It's just a little bit different.
Again, don't you dare say that about the people I am and my blood is.
Well, what you got to do? You're gonna go on site X's and say Jojo's a cunt, and they'll be like, yeah, we know that.
No, don't worry, Jojo. You
Hey,
are.
by the way,
Gen
Gen
X.
X, one of my last names I got killed off on YouTube was actually Professional Tuesday, because I'm a professional cunt.
Oh, see you next Tuesday.
You're a professional.
Yeah, bro, man. You gotta keep it. You gotta keep it up, brother. You can't be.
Yeah, me too. I'm enjoying it. I love seeing other cultures from the outside, and I guess watching them clash.
I love seeing white plastic Africans tell me it's.
I can only imagine how Cajuns come across after seeing this.
Cajun? What are you talking about, man? When we get damn holes,
we probably look as weird as this.
You ain't get out of that cage, Jen. You ain't get out of that cage, Jen. Don't maybe get that damn holes. Get back in that cage, Jen.
Oh my God, he does a decent. That is not a bad accent for a Scot.
I'll take pleasure in gutting you. Boy.
You'd be impressed.
Big up the Confederates. There is only one Ku Klux Klan in the UK, guys. It happens to be Edinburgh.
He was, I think, he's in the UK now, but I think he's South Africa. You lived in South Africa. That's where your name comes from. Didn't you say you lived in South Africa?
Yeah, of course, in a place that doesn't exist today. Same places where Elon Musk grew up in doesn't exist.
Oh, that's
today.
right.
It doesn't, and that's the whole issue that I've always seen where I've grown up and what I've done. Like again, I was in the Kosovo War. Well, not the war, but I did
conflict.
Yeah, no, I did come on, man.
You done a peacekeeping troops. No, they were. You done a peacekeeping.
What did you do?
Yeah, exactly. I did exactly. It wasn't the war. It was basically a public order under Christina. With public order. So I did that in Northern Ireland. My first job was in Northern Ireland, okay, where I did like one of the orange marches, right? And that's how you have to go through it, man. And this.
I did that many times. I did Cross McGlen, 98, 99. Like I said before, first I Royal Scots, JSOC, JCHQ. JSOC will be Jim Sterling for the Royal Scots, RSM. I had my training with him many years ago. And Bobby Cape, I'm 44, brother. I'm 44, bro.
Wow, I'm even more impressed that we beat all you guys.
I'm honcho for the Saturdays and Sundays.
What's your number, man?
2507. 2507's my first four. I won't give you my last four because I can produce my. I've got a claim in the new plastic. Let me finish. I've got a claim in the new plastic for my hearing. Boom, boom, bang, bang as a kid. Yeah, right. Like I'm 44. I got out when I was 21, bruv. You get biz. Yeah. I then worked for private people.
My friend. I come from Africa.
Bang claim.
I come from Africa.
I have.
When I go to England, they were like, give me your number. No, fuck off. You say, I remember that.
I have my UK tax man, everything you've done for the tax man, right? And actually, for like 5 periods, yearly things, you know what I mean, right? For 5 periods yearly things, it says HM Forces, then it says Royal Scots Accountants, HM Forces. Did you think I was an accountant for 1 year only?
What's a prod?
A prod is a non-Catholic.
Y'all still fight over that stuff over there?
Yeah, 100%, man. Remember, in Ireland, it was the Scottish Protestant that went over to kill the Scottish Catholic. Robert the Bruce was actually Irish. He came from an Irish king, right? And that's how he was able to marry a Scottish lord's daughter, to be fair. Yeah.
Oh Lord, we got a South African added to the mix. Can we get an Irish and a Norwegian?
Here we go. Here comes the guy that was on. He was on Verbal Combat.
Who won last night? I didn't stick around for the end.
Nah, Christopher Brick got robbed.
Next day, first time on panel.
Christopher Brick got robbed because he fucking went and got. They went and got that fucking other cunt.
Hey, Chris, welcome. I see you on Verbal Combat.
Anyway, how you getting on? How you getting on?
Yeah, I'm good, Jojo. You're spurging like you usually do, bruv.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they
How
all
are you getting
spur.
on your mad
I thought
Kiwi
this was
side?
just normal Scottish people.
Yeah, man, I like this guy. He's got like
I wanna do the test.
he's proud of his he's
Plastic African. Is jy van Suid-Afrika af, bro? Is jy van Suid-Afrika af? Waar in Suid-Afrika is jy vanaf?
Benoni, meneer.
Okay, yeah, he's from South Africa.
Yeah.
You call me Kaffa, my friend, huh? You call me
No,
Kaffa?
from Benoni,
What the
yeah.
fuck, man?
No,
Why you
don't say
call me
that,
Kaffa?
bro. Don't say that. Don't
Oh,
say that.
come on. It's not against POCs, bro.
Man.
I tell you what.
No, but Jojo,
Right,
don't say that, though.
okay,
So,
okay,
Chris,
okay.
what's your take on all this? Can you summarize any of it for us?
I just logged in. What's happening?
Well, what we're
That's what
talking
we all
about-
try to figure out.
What we're talking about, right,
No.
is plastic Africa.
I think they're like measuring
South
antlers.
Africa is a country, though.
No,
I
it's
mean,
not. Africa's a continent.
why is it not?
It's a continent, not a
It's
country.
a country, he's saying.
No, it's a continent.
no continent.
Africa is a continent, not a country.
Yeah, but South Africa is a piece of that continent. It's attached
but
to
it's
it.
also...
They did because I
also,
want the
wait,
Dutch
guys,
did the mole
Meneer,
season.
meneer,
And I
wait,
watched.
guys, wait, guys, South Africa also has... South Africa also has the murder capital of the fucking world.
I
You'd
thought that
think
was
that
New
it was
Orleans.
the murder capital of the world, but South Africa is the murder capital of the world, to be fair.
Yikes.
The what
Real.
capital?
Murder.
South Africa is the murder capital of the world.
Yeah,
You'd
it's a
think
rough
it'd be
place. You
LA
don't
or
play
New
games.
York, right? But it's Johannesburg. Johannesburg is the murder capital of the world, bro. Life
Yeah,
is
that's why I live in Cape Town, bro. I left that side of the country. The middle of the country is chaos.
Are you there now? That's
right
where
at the tip.
you're
I've
calling
been
in
to
from?
Kenya. I've been to Kenya. Yeah, I've been to Kenya, not Kenya,
wow.
Kenya.
Chris,
Yeah,
still home.
right. I've been in the American saloon that's there, which is a British compound. Yeah, I've seen 9-year-old boys pimping their 15-year-old fucking sisters for fucking socks. I've went to South Africa, Kenya, and I've swapped brand new cheapest chips, white Adidas, Nike tops, or old shit, yeah? Swapped it for ivory chess sets. Because these people, life is cheap, you know?
Yeah, but Kenya's not in South Africa though. That's in
Yeah, I
Africa.
didn't think it was either.
Yeah, but South Africa and Africa ain't no different. It's like
Yeah,
India
it's a
and
different-
I think South Africa has more white people.
Well, my country turned up and said, let's divide it. Africa is a
Yeah,
continent.
you guys
That's a fucking
got
country.
your asses kicked
You
here in
understand
South
what I'm saying,
Africa.
my
By
friend?
the way, you guys genocided like
No,
the whole
no,
damn
not genocide.
white
That's not
race
true.
in our country.
I would have to
By the
rebuttal
way,
that.
how
would have to rebut
aware are
that
you
as a
of what
white
happened in
man.
the war? You guys
As a
killed
white-
70% of the white South African population. That's classified as
Who
genocide,
did?
friend.
Who did? Who did?
Wow, why did they do that?
You-
Maybe Sasquatch.
No,
the
no,
UK,
no.
the British. The British
fair-
government, you guys
to be
put us in
fair-
concentration camps, our women and our children, and you burned our farms.
I've got
Is it okay if I respond? Is it okay if I respond? Okay? Okay?
Yeah.
We actually made a new race, yeah, called half caste, which meant that the whites could stay in power politically for like long time. Yeah, we didn't classify what you're talking about, who we murdered at the same time. Yeah, the women that actually slept with the opposites. Yeah, they were regarded the same as Nazism, isn't it? Yeah.
No, no, you don't. You know what actually happened, Jojo? I can tell you.
Let me finish. Please let me finish. When the German women mated with black, French, African males, their children were sterilized and the Germans were fucking punished. Yeah,
No,
it's the
you're
same
talking
thing
crap.
as
Even Plastic
Brexit.
African
It's
is
the same
shaking
thing
his
as
head. You know what
Brexit.
happened?
Here,
You know what happened?
yeah.
You guys came marching through our country in your little red coats in
What do you mean, your
uniform.
country?
Us
You're white.
farmers were
You
killing in
come from-
battalions
And never
of
mind what you
13
did to our
people.
people too.
Chris,
What year
Yeah.
was this, Chris?
Chris, the worst thing is that Britain during World War II asked for a huge amount of men from
Yeah.
South Africa, and they did.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah.
they came back, they couldn't deal with the collective of looking after people again.
You're right.
So that's
Yeah, but
when
what happened with the
That's right.
war with the British we chilled in battalions of 15 guys hiding in the forest while they were marching with their red coats, and we just sniped the fuck out of them because we knew the land. And then your only resource to win that war was to cut off our resources by burning our farms and taking the women and the children and putting them in concentration camps so we would surrender.
Man,
Because
this
you guys
this
couldn't
makes the
win in a
woke
fair
seem
fight.
mild.
That-
Fighting over
Yeah, they
historical
couldn't win the fair
grievances.
fight. We fucking annihilated them.
Guys,
war.
this guy's right, because the Brits invented the concentration camps in the Boer War, right? But what I find
Yeah.
unique, listen, guys, I'm sorry, Gen X and Plastic and Chris, I seem to have a lot of white guys telling me how bad the Brits were, when clearly you're white. You come
I'm
from
not
the
white.
Brits.
Listen, bro, South Africans aren't British. We're Dutch. We're Dutch,
Do you
bro. We're not
understand what I'm
British.
saying? How it's polarising and quite funny. For a Scotsman to be getting shit for being British,
Plastic, tell him we ain't British.
when
We're
you
Dutch.
come to the
We
same
come from
creek,
Viking
you're all
lineage,
brothers.
bitch.
You
Yeah,
live
The
in a
we're
country
the
British.
Dutch are Vikings?
You live in a country that we
Look at
conquered.
my
I'm telling
beard, bro.
you,
We're
it's bad
Dutch.
that you're
We
there
come
because
from
you think
Vikings,
you're right.
son. We come from
I
Vikings.
didn't know
We're
that.
not from
Y'all are
That's
so
right.
mild on TV, but then so are the Norwegians.
Can I say something? Okay.
Yeah, on you go.
You could try.
There's three houses I remember growing up. Okay, in South Africa, one was called Livingston, the other one was called Rhodes, and the other one was Cecil. Cecil
Rhodes
John
is
and
because
Stanley.
Cecil John Rhodes.
Cecil made Rhodesia.
Stanley, Rhodes, and Livingston.
Rhodesia.
And these
Cecil
three
made,
men,
Cecil
okay,
made Rhodesia, if I remember correctly, yes?
These three men changed, sub-Saharan almost into North Africa and East Africa.
Yeah, you're
What
right.
it was.
Yeah, when you're that similar, Sasquatch, you have to find all these little things to fight about.
You name that. Okay, these ideas that we have still with the Western Foundation have been eroded too much because people are going, "Oh, it's a black and white thing." It ain't black and white.
Can I
Back
ask
in
you a
the day,
serious
if
question?
you were black and you were white, you were still.
Can I
a
ask a
slave.
serious question before I
No,
go?
bro, the black people and the white people in South Africa banded together to keep the
Yeah.
fucking British out of this country.
Yeah,
That's why every other country in Africa,
Can I
Congo
ask-
speaks French, Mozambique speaks
Can I ask a serious
Portuguese.
question before I
All of
go?
these countries were colonized.
Yeah,
We
but
came here, we wanted to stay here, and
Chris,
we and the black people
Chris,
fought y'all
Chris,
together to
Chris,
get the
Can I
fuck
put,
out of
can
this
I put
country.
forward a
Chris,
serious,
I remember when apartheid failed. I
serious
was there,
question for you
and
guys
I
to think
thought
about?
that shit
Yeah.
that happened, and I
For a
lost
week.
It sounds like the
faith.
British are troublemakers all over the.
This is-
Well, you could think
Yeah.
that, right? But then again, you could
So,
look
you
at it
know,
a different way.
it's not
It brought
cool.
you how your life
Even
is.
Plastic Africa knows.
You,
we
Scott,
don't
I
like
wouldn't even
y'all.
include
Y'all,
it.
you
I
guys
just
suck.
if you
You
look
fuck
up.
with everybody.
Scottish are the inventors of fucking Britain, you cunt. If you take every British invention known to be attributed to us, if you looked at England, they'd have one hang next to them. Ireland would have two, Wales would have one, and Scotland would have it all. And I tell you what, if you don't want to believe me, go and look at, like, simple thing, simple thing, great British institution called Top Gear with Jeremy Clarkson, where he points out the fucking historical facts. So I'll ask you one serious question before I disappear, right? Because I keep hearing this black and white divide shit all
What
the
is
time.
that? Hey, hang on.
And I'm a guy that believes that
It's a carved Mandela. It's a Mandela, right?
Yeah.
Nelson Mandela. Oh, wow. Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah, it's Nelson Mandela. He looks skinny because his wife Winnie's murdering everybody instead of him
Mandela
losing the
effect.
fucking jail. Innit? Terrorist.
You work out with Mandela? Is that
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mandela workout. It's like
He's a lefty. Plastic African's a
lift
lefty
a little
Mandela.
Mandela
supporter.
each morning?
little
So anyway, quick question for
Do
you,
you,
right?
do you get any effects from that?
keeps the white people away.
So anyway, quick question for you before I go. Right? Everybody likes to say black and white, Hispanic and this and that. Let's be honest. I'll ask you one question. All right.
You know how much
How many human races are there?
in Africa?
How
Well, it
many
depends on
human
what depends on what you mean. There's the
How many
scientific
human
races.
are there? Come on, let's be honest. I've
It's
studied
this guy.
genetics, so I know there are
Wow.
3 scientists that did the genetics, right? One says we have differences. He was called a racist, and the other one said we're all the same. So you
Well,
tell
everybody's
me,
racist. We're all racist,
we
especially
can't be
the white.
racist. If there's one human race, we can't be racist. You need 2
Well, I
races.
don't even know if there's one. Isn't there like Neanderthal DNA in some people and not others?
Yeah, like plastic African.
So we might not even be all one race or one
Oh,
species.
come on. Wait, let's be fair. It's been lovely chatting, right?
Oh, I
Right,
missed this guy in the back. We have an American.
Is this the real Sasquatch?
Hey Jeff,
He looks
I
pretty
heard
real to me. Hey,
you're
Sask.
having a
Nah, there's a Sasquatch in America, and then there's a
in
Caucasian
South
Sasquatch.
Georgia to represent.
Yeah, this is your these are your ancestors, I think.
I don't know. That guy's related.
Supposedly mine
He
too.
knows-
Partly.
He knows the Catholic Royal Scots came back for the Bahamas and wouldn't they go to the fucking Battle of Derry, don't you, brother? There is only one Ku Klux Klan brother in the UK. It's in Edinburgh, and that's why Tommy Robinson tried to unite the right with the Ku Klux Klan, the Orange Lodge, and the Nazis in 2014 Scotland's Independence March. Do you know why they couldn't do it? Because rule one of the Klan is you cannot be fucking English. You cannot be English in the Klan because a Confederate flag is a solitaire, a Scotland flag, inverted in blood. Because of the fucking brothers that went home at the battle.
Okay, I want to give Sasquatch a chance. He just got on, so I want to hear
You're
about it.
sorely misinformed. The flag that most people call the Confederate flag is not a Confederate flag. That is
General
the
Lee.
Confederation flag. The
Yeah,
battle
General
flag is actually the one that has like solid bars on it. Looks more like a, I don't know, like a French flag or something.
Yeah. But that's the Confederate Army. Beforehand, the plantations, when the Americans were fighting the Brits, the South was already free, brother. They were working with the Brits. Via, wait for it, Lord Hamilton's lands, who failed to quell the fucking slave trade. And by the way, I live in Boriston Ness, Lord Hamilton's lands, EH51, the 51st State of Edinburgh. I know my fucking history. Even Blackbeard was in the Sea Dock. You know why? Because Lord Hamilton, the poofy little cunt, failed. And the Ku Klux Klan were born, wasn't it? And that's why the Southern Welsh have a problem with the anti-slave trade stuff because the Moors were still stealing the Welsh when the Brits sailed to go and quell the slave trade.
What's up,
Zach, welcome. What do you have to say about all this?
Yes,
well, I don't know. I just heard somebody say something about Edinburgh, and my clan was just east of Edinburgh, the Ramsey clan.
Yeah. So you were in East Lothian, where the Knights Templar used to have a rectory at Preston Pans, yeah, until the Redcoats dismissed it.
A stranger on my own panel.
Yeah. It's like when Robert the Bruce beat the English, yeah? When Robert the Bruce beat the English, right? Everybody wonders how they did it, right? You watch Braveheart, right? Yeah, right? Yeah. It's well known that a unknown cavalry came, yeah, and wiped out the English at the Battle of Stirling, right? The Battle of Bannockburn, right? There's a place in West Lothian, right, which is where I stay, right? Still an Edinburgh postcode, Antonines Wall, all right? It's called Turfickin Rectory. If you look at its fucking sigil, it's a Knights Templar sigil. Then you have Roslin Rectory, which is Mid-Lothian. Edinburgh is Mid-Lothian. And then in East Lothian, you had another rectory. That is where the fucking Knights turned up that freed the unicorn from the English rule. That's also why you're taught that the Knights Templar are the evil ones. How can the Knights Templar be the evil ones when they freed Scotland?
Didn't they kill a bunch of people?
The Ramsey clan.
Here's what I really want to know about. Tell us about the Loch Ness Monster. Is that a real thing?
Well, to be fair, I can't tell you. I've been to Loch Ness.
Don't talk about JoJo's mum like that.
Oh, come on. My mum
Nessie?
said that. That's not good, though. All right. But listen, my mum would have stabbed you, Chris, for that.
Wow, she sounds very violent.
I had a nice fight with your mum.
She was a true Scottish girl, you know what I mean? Yeah, but listen, all I can tell you about the Loch Ness Monster is Loch Ness and all the other lochs are interlocked. They all actually are connected underground, and they all come from one sea to another sea. So I don't know, to be fair.
Have you seen the monster at all?
I've seen a paedophile before, if that's what you mean. I've not seen the Loch Ness Monster, but to be fair, who am I to say it's not true? Who am I to say it's true? You get what I mean? It's a bit like, whether you like it or not, the only thing I know to be real is something that's tangible, touchable. I've experienced, seen it. You know what I mean?
Based empiricism. I'm down with that.
You get what I mean?
Yes.
I could also state, though, that the chances of something like that being true, the fact that the inner walk,
Jojo, is your mind real?
The fact that the inner locks, there's lots of locks in Scotland, and they're all connected, and there is actually tunnels.
Chris asked a good question.
Jojo, is your mind real? You said only things you can see and touch are real, so is your mind real?
Of course, but let's look at it this way, right?
You can't touch it, you can't hold your mind.
That's why I'm a phenomenal.
You don't know where it is.
Chris, let me answer your question, all right? Yeah, and it might take me.
I gotta tell you, bro.
Well, it can't take you too long because you've had the whole panel so far. Other people got to talk.
Right? You want to talk about real and tangible, all right? Okay. We know that time is real, don't we? Because
there's human time and then there's scientific time, which might be different.
Okay, but when you're asleep, 10 minutes isn't 10 minutes, and 10 hours isn't 10 hours. Okay, right?
Yeah,
okay.
so time isn't real.
The concept of time does not exist when you're sleeping. All right. Okay, perfect. So, does the past exist? We all agree
you're repeating your own arguments, bro.
Something has to be touchable, tangible, feelable, experienceable. Like, the one's real because you feel.
If your dad
real because you feel
cigarettes, does that mean he's real?
Well, wait now. Think about it this way, right?
Jojo's mathematics real. You can't touch it. You can't see it.
Is the past real?
You can't hold mathematics.
You can't take me to the past, and you can't take me to the future. So this is why you live in the eternal now.
Well, where is that present? Because it seems like it's always the past sliding into the future. How do you isolate that present concrete moment?
Now,
the future and the past is also not real.
Right
Jojo.
now, it's touchable, brother, Jen. Right now, Jen, it's touchable, it's tangible, it's feelable. You cannot take me to the past. You can't touch it.
But the minute I touch it, it already becomes past. Like our brains are feeding us the delayed version of reality as it is.
There is no past. There is no future. It is eternal now.
That's why you
only have a concept of time now.
It's all consciousness.
When you sleep. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
I
hope I answered your question, Chris. Maybe a little bit more deeper than what you expected.
You're in the wrong place at the wrong time. I think you're going to go to another place and find that time. Because you really are asking questions we already know, and we don't.
I'm not asking a question. I made a statement, which is not asking a question.
You want validation.
Chris was asking the questions, but I think they're good ones. I'm a philosophy geek, so.
Well, no.
What does philosophy mean, Jen?
Oh my god.
This kind of stuff, nerd conversations about reality, metaphysics, ontology.
You floss your penis, but I mean, in America and the rest of the world, it means different stuff.
Scotland, we are the people. And to be honest with you, if you like Hebrew, Edinburgh, like Zach will know, Eden means Eden, and Borough means garden. So guess what? The Garden of Eden is fucking Edinburgh. And Old Jerusalem tells you this guy. Old Jerusalem.
Sasquatch, you're going to have to turn your mic up really loud to win this one.
Scriptures dictate that, right? Or
I'm going to have to turn him low. Hang on. I get accused of doing this all the time, but this is actually one of the few times that I've had.
Jojo, you need to calm down. You need to take about 20% off, brother.
Well, he doesn't have to calm, but other people definitely need a chance to speak.
Right? Zach can't understand this, right?
What is that?
Just outside Edinburgh. In Hebrew...
Oh, I got excited. I thought it was a super chat for a little while.
Do you know what Hebrew is? You know what Hebrew is a language, yeah?
Moose, I'm ready for that submarine. It's been wild today.
Well, to be fair, like Edinburgh is the Garden of Eden. Because Eden means Eden, and Borough means garden.
So let me ask you this. Name one apple tree in Edinburgh.
No, what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this, right? If you've ever read the scriptures, right? Old Jerusalem, Roman. Think about it this way, honestly, give me 45 seconds and then interrupt me, all right?
Bro, I can call my house Epstein's Island. Doesn't mean there's a lot of celebrities.
We're taking nothing to do with that, brother. right? They were English. They were English and Jewish, to be fair, right? Yeah, to be fair.
Who was English?
Ireland, the fucking ones.
Jojo, you gotta remember, bruh. Bruh, these people can't fucking get your dialect if you're fucking spurting all over the show, bruh. Mate, fuck. Come on. These fucking Americans don't understand our dialect, buddy.
Yeah, no, I'm just rolling with it. I'm enjoying it. I have no idea what he's been saying.
And I'll tell you how we got through what I said today.
I think you're Scottish. What are you?
There is a certain newspaper mogul, yeah, that seemingly was Mossad and MI5. He had a daughter that he named a boat after, and he fell off that boat, and there was big fines for the Daily Mail or whatever it was he was controlling, but Siesto de vie means lost at sea. No body, no declaration of deadness. Now, because he fell off the off the boat, named Glazine was the name of the boat.
This is
the lawyer that handled, let me finish. The lawyer that handled
Jojo,
hang on, real quick. I'm gonna do this just to get us some oxygen on the panel for a little while.
Jojo gets a handful, Dave. Sorry about that.
Yeah, this is my first introduction to him. I don't mind him. I just need little punctuated moments.
Like, honestly, do you not understand?
Jojo, you need to calm down, bro.
When Robert Maxwell fell off the boat and couldn't be declared dead for 7 years, which is why his family ended up with more money after the 7 years than what the fines
Oh, hey,
were.
Mr. Pie.
Newspaper stuff. The lawyer that handled that 7 years, yeah, was Epstein.
Well, it seems like we strayed very far from history and our educational content.
Well, is
their topic.
Jojo, have some bangers.
I think there were about 300 topics in the last 5 minutes.
Calm down.
Since we're talking about Israel, like, we're all bored about ISIS, so we're really bored about the Israeli security intelligence.
Not lost. Thank you so much.
ISIS is
4 more of those, and I'll be forced to keep this going.
Is that not what ISIS is? Because the white helmets that were fundamentally paid by Britain and America only took ISIS off the battlefield into Turkey, because ISIS is the Israeli security intelligence services.
Is there any chance we can get like an association to conversation somewhere in the middle of this?
Yeah,
I mean, I understand you're on a tirade, but
I'll just go. It's sorry.
You can stay.
It's okay, Jojo.
You can stay, but this is a panel, so everybody has to have a chance to say. So does anybody else have any thoughts they want to add?
Man, like, all I could think about is Edinburgh being Eden. I'm so confused.
Well, Eden and
no, you don't have to explain it, bro. I heard it first time.
Eden doesn't have knife crime, Jojo. Calm down. Calm down.
To be honest with you, if you look at the
well, I mean, there was one stabbing that took place.
Hey, if you look at the Testament, what Old Jerusalem actually states, it states that the Romans built a wall around it. We could call that Antonin's Wall and Hadrian's Wall if you want, for Wovenian borders. It states that there's 2 volcanoes. We can call that Arthur's Seat and Edinburgh Castle if you want. They have 7 rolling hills. We can call that the Pentland Hills if you want. And on
we could call it the freaking Night Party. It doesn't necessarily so, bro.
Okay, hang on. So somebody, let me focus. Somebody throw out a topic.
Let's have that.
This is what happens when. That's why it defaulted to Joker.
Well, no, it defaulted to him because he doesn't take a breath. The man can breathe through his ears. I'm impressed.
He's the Scottish
I'm not even
upset. A professional spurger. You guys have to know he's highly qualified at spurging and fucking obfuscation.
Yeah. No, that is one word that your accent has an issue with. Obfuscation. It's an issue.
Say it again. Obfuscation.
I apologize for my English. I mean, I can change it.
No, I want to hear the my philosophy professor was South African. I was taught philosophy with a South African accent.
Yeah, Well, I mean, most people know the South African accent from
accent.
Elon. I mean, Elon sounds pretty South African if you listen to him. He's tried to hide it over the years, but you can still get it.
Yeah, the
Is
first
is
time
it
I met a South African, I thought that they were. I couldn't place it because they sounded British, but they also sounded Australian a little
Yeah,
bit too.
I knew he wasn't
Yeah,
British, but
most people think Australia or British.
or New Zealand?
can you
Yeah,
say
right.
obfuscate again?
Obfuscate.
You did
Obfuscate.
good.
Yeah,
Obfuscate.
that's I like that. That's not bad.
Obfuscate or obfuscate.
Obfuscate.
But
Obfuscate.
when you say it, it kind of sounds
Obfuscate.
like 3 different words. That's
Sounds
impressive.
posh. Obfuscate.
Posh.
Obfuscate.
The British languages articulate much more than the American versions do.
Yeah.
It's
No,
designed to like hit every vowel.
From the American.
Wait a minute.
I mean, every
Have you ever heard
consonant.
Have you ever heard them say bottle of water?
Unless
Bottle
it's
of
a bottle of
water.
water, they bottle of water.
Oh, right. They do elide some of their consonants. Bottle.
A bottle of water.
All the ones we don't. That's probably why it sounds so different.
A bottle of water.
Bottle.
Mr. Pie says he breathes through his kilt.
Bottle. I say bottle with a
You
D.
like that, man. It's not like that.
Yeah, we
It's a
say bottle.
So, do you have
Bottle.
Mitzi?
Bottle.
Bottle of water.
Bottle.
Or,
I think they're all saying liquor wrong.
Mitzi? You know?
Liquor.
Yeah, no, over here we don't do that like Lord of the Rings fancy oi oh bottle adding all of
You
these
do
little
to
weird
our
vowels
ear or
between.
to my ear. I would.
Yeah, no, I get it. I've been on panel with too many people from Europe, so
You
that's the
sound
problem.
way more sophisticated than you look. Like I would never.
That mustache. That
I
mustache.
mean, I assume you look that way intentionally.
That mustache needs its own glasses.
Ooh, is that this kitty? That's a beautiful Siamese. Is it? Is that a mandolin behind you?
No, it's a guitar.
Just a
Wait.
guitar?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Was
Some
it my
instrument.
cat?
That,
Was it
I
my
saw
cat
some
that you were
kind of
talking
animal
about?
poke its face. Looked like a
Oh
Siamese.
yeah, the cat next to me. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a guitar.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, the
I'll
cat's
show
chilling
Kate.
here next to
Do
me.
you play in a band or anything, or you just do it for fun? Hello?
The cat also has a mustache. With just
No,
half
it's his
of one.
But it's
Little
only
Hitler.
half Hitler. No, it's only half Hitler. He'll build the ovens, but he won't actually put anyone in it. He'll make pizzas instead.
Well, that's why my ex named the cat Ava. So it's after Ava Braun because she only has half the mustache.
I think we'll get along just fine, brother.
Chris, do you play in a band or something, or?
I write music for. I have friends that are in bands, and I'm a writer, and I do vocals and play bass. So I'll contribute, but I don't have a band or anything.
What genre? Like rock, metal?
I do a lot of things. A lot of my vocal stuff is metal, but I also do like hip hop and other stuff as well.
Cool. Hey,
yeah, I'm
TML.
old school. Metal and fucking boom bap, dude.
Yeah,
Old
that's
school
all
hip
old
hop
school.
and metal.
I think rock is old school. It's like jazz. Who
jazz.
won Verbal Combat last night?
Actually, Mr. E from the Crucible.
No way!
Mr. E from the Crucible came in. He did about 3 1v1s. One of those he knocked off Brick, who's the 3-time
That's
or
who Brick
4-time
wanted to go
Verbal
after.
Combat champion. And then he had a 1v1 with the mighty Andrew Wilson, and he beat Andrew Wilson.
Well, that's not hard to do. Andrew wins on
it's
flash
the first
and
time ever
pizzazz
Andrew
more than
Wilson
anything
has
else.
lost a 1v1 on Verbal Combat.
That's because it's Easy's audience doing the voting, not actual people who can follow logic.
No, but Andrew did a whole skit, so it wasn't really a proper debate. Andrew did a whole
rarely
like
is.
leftist skit. which was very
Andrew knows how to
entertaining.
entertain. That's how he gets the votes.
Well, he came in crying and yelling at Mr. E, so he did a whole like leftist.
That's got to be a bit because that's his mod. That's
Yeah,
the
it was
Mr. E is the
amazing.
person Bricky's trying to get a team together to take down, and he's gonna have Andrew's gonna be a casualty of that, but Mr. E is the real target.
Yeah, no, Bricky lost to Mr. E, obviously.
Well, Speakeasy, you'll have to show me one day because so far I haven't seen it. Not a single one of them seem to get any of my very basic, obvious, logical points.
Yeah, Jeff. I mean, you said you do philosophy. You like these discussions. When are we getting Gen X Jeff on?
I've been a few times, but I've been a few times, but that's not a setting I don't think I could ever win. I think the audience is always going to be biased.
Dude, it doesn't work like
so
that.
I've given up. Plus, last time I was on, I debated Andrew Wilson, and the minute I got through, Ben Thorpe showed up on the panel, so I jetted. I don't fuck with the Thorpes at all, so I won't be on a panel where there's a risk of somebody like that showing up.
Gen X, remember, it is about debating, but it's in the name. It's verbal combat. It's not debate combat, it's verbal combat.
But it's biased verbal combat because the sole determiner of victory is Easy's audience, and they're already heavily biased.
It doesn't matter. What do you mean Easy's audience? Most of the people there are audience members of the Crucible. They're audience members. I'm here right now. Everybody's
yeah, I'm a
audience.
member of the Crucible
I mean, you
too.
can have more than one person has a big YouTube, Jeff. So.
Well, I'm not stupid, and I do pattern recognition pretty well. And the what I've seen of verbal combat, I pretty much have the pattern of how the audience is going to vote relative to me down. I mean, I'm willing to challenge that, but I'm not convinced.
I mean, but
Easy, that's good to know. That might actually bring me back to verbal combat.
But
it's nothing to do with the gay. I'm telling you, your audience is very biased against me. I saw that when you reviewed my debate with Andrew the other day. It was like 9 to 10 of nobody understanding a single thing I was trying to say.
No, James.
So that's not going to win verbal combat.
If you go, the audience is not going to vote for me, and you disparage the audience. Yeah, then they're going to go fuck Jeff.
Well, you can think what you want. I'm going off of my own experience. I've been on verbal combat several times. I've been 4 or 5 times. I've been on verbal combat before. I stopped going because it's a waste of my time to try to win a game that's that stacked against me. I don't need to go 10 or 20 more times to challenge that. I have enough experience with those 4 or 5 times to notice the pattern.
Do you go to the gym and exercise to win, or do you do it because it's good for you and it's entertaining?
I don't go to the. I can get that kind of exercise other places than verbal combat.
Yeah, but every other thing you do, you don't do it to win. You do it because you enjoy it, right? Like a walk in the park. So you come to verbal combat to have fun and you might not.
I don't need anybody to tell me why I do that. I'm very aware of why I do what I do.
Mr. Straight.
I'm very capable of determining whether to go verbal combat or not, and what my motives are, and why I'm there, and everything. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish here.
Jeff, you must just turn up the entertainment value, because the thing is,
here's the thing, I don't think I'm an entertaining person at all.
Won 3 times.
I'm not there to entertain. I'm actually there to. I'm a spur. I'm there. I get into the logic of the debate. So I am there to actually make and follow other people's arguments, and that's not what most people do on verbal combat or are there for.
You must just adapt to do it in a compelling way. Like if you say you're never going to win, you obviously
I don't. Again, I'm a spur. I don't adapt. I don't code switch well. I have one setting. You either like that setting or you don't. I don't have a way to adjust any of that. So I show up on verbal combat as me, and that's not quite what everybody else is looking for from verbal combat. So
what is verbal combat?
That's Easy's debate. Well, Bloodsport channel on Friday night, every Friday night, and you can win money.
Guess not.
You can pay super chats to interact with the show.
What
and
is
all that
it?
stuff. It's a good experience. You should check it out.
It's a blood sports debate panel where everybody goes at each other, and there's very little moderation, very little rules. You can ad hom. It's about winning the argument, whether you need to yell over people or do what you need to do, but you're there to win.
And
be
I win my
entertaining
arguments
while
through
doing
logic, and that's it. If logic doesn't work, I don't have any other tools in my arsenal at all.
But
So,
you can
and
win
logic
with logic,
is
Jeff.
in short supply there. It's one of the weaker.
You can win with logic, Jeff. But you said you're a Spurg, so then you shouldn't Spurg. People don't like Spurgs.
Well, that's what
JoJo
Spurgs
for
do. So you
Spurging.
can't tell. If telling a Spurg not to Spurg just shows your ignorance.
That's like trying to tell a woman to
You
calm
just
down.
kicked off JoJo for Spurging because it's
No, I
not
didn't kick off
enjoyable
JoJo.
for the
JoJo left
audience.
on his own. I backstaged him and he left. I didn't kick off JoJo.
Yeah, but you see what I mean. I'm not giving you.
No,
crap.
I
I'm
don't see
saying
what you mean.
Spurgs
If this is
aren't
if this is
enjoyable
how
to
you
the
do verbal
audience.
combat, I can see why you lose all the time and get fatality. I don't know what you mean. You're not communicating what you're trying to say effectively.
Fatality.
I'm saying is Spurging entertaining to watch?
A lot of people think it is. Yeah, they find Spurgs to follow around the internet and laugh at.
Yeah, but
And some people do that
doesn't
with me.
sound good.
Some people find me
That doesn't
entertaining
sound
as a
good.
Spurg. Laugh at.
No, I think
It's
you're
laughing at
entertaining.
versus laughing with.
Yeah, I think you do good, Jeff. That's why I'm telling you to come battle. Like you shouldn't be so
I've
negative.
been
Don't
before
be such a
many
negative
times, and I've battled. I have enough data to assess for myself and evaluate whether I want to continue doing that.
Does data constantly change?
It could, but I have enough to satisfy me. Like I have a lot of other things to do besides just verbal combat, so I prioritize where I spend my time.
But
So I appreciate your pitch, and I'm not saying I won't show up in the future. I'm just saying whatever. If this is your way of persuading me to go on anytime soon, it's not been very effective.
I mean, if
Like you're basically
your
demonstrating the
starting
reasons why I don't go in
presupposition
verbal
is-
combat. Because
if
this
your
is not
starting
the
presupposition-
type of I can have this conversation with Andrew Wilson anytime. This is the type of conversations I'm going out of my way to not have, because I like to have higher quality conversations where people can actually talk about the issues and come away educated or at least exposed to different perspectives and have their own perspectives challenged. Instead of just
that's what
people
we do,
locking
bro.
antlers and having people vote on who gave the most thrill to the audience.
I would say it'd be fun to have a battle with you, Jeff. I like engaging
doing
in
it right
proper.
now.
Yeah, well, I like.
And you can
engaging in
come
proper
out here and
debates.
battle me anytime. I'm here every day.
Yeah, but I like verbal combat. You don't have cool lightning and fun prompts, and people can't
We got
change my name to
Sasquatch brought the
Gangsta.
lightning. He's my
Cool
lightning.
lightning. I got more. You want more lightning?
Right, so Sasquatch, show me your lightning. That's
That's
just
not
the tease.
lightning. Those are energy trails or some shit like that.
Yeah, well, you
That's-
see,
that's
you're
not
looking for
lightning.
something that I'm different than I'm here to provide. That's
So,
why
you
Easy's
can
good
start
at
off
what he
on the flag.
does, and I'm
Let's
good
help
at what I do.
I need a speakeasy to moderate for Spurgs and keep the JoJos out.
Speak easy. I don't remember the Ten Commandment thing. I know I kicked you off a few times, and honestly, I kicked so many people off. I don't remember each individual instance. I think one time it was you trying to. Usually, it's people trying to police me or other people on the panel and trying to enforce their norms onto the crowd that comes here, which work off of different norms, being Spurgs. I think a lot of it is just people don't understand Spurgs, and this is a
The
channel
thing
for
is, Jeff,
Spurgs.
do you think you're a grumpy old man that doesn't want people on their lawns? I feel like that's what
Sometimes
I'm
I feel that way,
You're like,
especially with
I'm
this
set in
newer
my
generation.
ways. You sound very set in your ways.
Yeah, sometimes that happens with Auti. You get that rigidity. We're not as flexible as
then-
neurotypical people seem to be.
Wouldn't that be counterintuitive to debates then? Because then you're not really open to changing your mind. So what
That's
would
the
be the
reason
point
he
of
doesn't
debating?
know it.
Well, I'm open to having my mind change when somebody can logically persuade me to adopt a different point of view than I'm currently adopted. So if you're looking to change my mind, that is the way to do it. And people that can do that have changed my mind at different points.
All right,
So it's
you're-
untrue that I'm never open to having my mind change. It just needs to be done in a very specific way.
I've influenced him on his definitions of trolls.
Yeah.
Sure.
Excuse me?
I've influenced Jeff on his definition of trolls. When I first started hanging out with him, he kind of defined trolls as being anyone who had disagreed with the way he did things.
I
And
did?
after-
I don't remember that.
Well,
Because
that was the way you,
I've been around since the AOL days, and so my definition of trolls has evolved with my experience of them across the different
right.
mediums.
But just disagreeing with people doesn't necessarily make you a troll. It's when
No,
you
I never
disagree
thought it
in the
did.
face of like logic and facts and history and reality, and that is more of a trolley type situation. I'm just saying you can't define everybody as a troll just because they're on the opposite side of some particular topic or whatever.
No, I don't think I do that.
You don't anymore. I don't
I don't think I ever
really
did.
did it with your heart.
I debated in high school. I've studied philosophy. We took different points of view in disagreement, and I never saw any of that as trolling. So just the fact that somebody disagrees, that's not something I would ordinarily just call trolling. Easy. My real answer, I don't know what you're looking for here. My answer to you was I don't remember why I kicked you off, so I don't really have I didn't really give an answer. So if you whatever you thought was an excuse, I didn't even give you an answer, so it couldn't be an excuse.
Yeah, but still, Jeff. Like if you say you want to debate, I kind of feel like if you say you don't want to come,
Yeah,
and
I
debate on
I
global
like real
combat,
debates. I like philosophical conversations.
What's your definition of
I
a
like
real debate?
Socratic conversations.
Define
And that's
define
not what
real
happens
debate.
on the Crucible. It's not what happens on Verbal Combat. That's a different style of debate.
Well,
That's
what
more like
define a
rhetorical
real
warfare.
debate? What's a real debate? Can you give me a definition
Oh,
of a
there's
real
plenty of
debate?
them on my channel you can watch where we're having conversations and
That's
asking
not an
questions,
answer.
putting forth our positions, our arguments, challenging each other, questioning
That
each other,
happens
that
on
kind of stuff. It's the Socratic method. I've even did streams specifically on the
Okay,
Socratic method before.
what you just explained is Crucible and the verbal combat. So
Not
can
my
you give me
experience of it, and
something that's
not what I've
different?
seen. What? So
Well, can you delineate the difference?
yeah, I just did. It's
What's the
rhetorical
difference?
warfare. It's heavy on rhetoric and low on dialectic.
What
If
up,
you study
lady?
classical rhetoric, they had several components to it: rhetoric, dialectic, and dialectic was the
Why is that
logical
guy
part where you
stealing my
lay out
profile
the
picture? What are you
formal
doing?
structure of your argument. That's like the skeleton of the debate. There's a logical structure beneath it, and then rhetoric, at least the persuasive kind, is when you use metaphor, figurative language, emotionally charged techniques to try to get your point across outside of that logical structure. So I'm interested in the logical structure of the debate, not so much the emotionally tilted persuasion tactics. I'm not good at those things. I'm not good at like entertaining people into my point of view or punching down on somebody else to persuade somebody of my point of view. I want to logically make the best case I can for my argument and hope that they can see the logic that I'm putting forth and then adopt it their own self in their own minds voluntarily.
Wouldn't logic dictate doing anything that's effective at getting your point across, Jeff?
Ooh, no.
It could if that's your goal, but as I've said, my goal is to get my point across in a very specific way. So I wouldn't use anything that got my point across in a different way that I'm trying to get it across.
Yeah, but it just sounds like you're gatekeeping how
through
things are meant to
Socratic
be done.
dialogue. Through Socratic
but are
dialogue.
you the
You can read
arbiter
Plato
of,
for
like,
many examples of
gatekeeping
what
how
I'm trying to
things
do.
should be done?
And Leggy, thank you so much.
A debate should have.
The thing is, I get to determine why I'm doing things and how I want to do them. So it's all based on my goals for my own self and my chosen methods for reaching those goals. That's it. I don't have to ask anybody else for their opinion or reference anybody else's version of how they would do it. I can decide all of that on my own. I've had years and years of practice doing that.
It sounds very exclusionary, bro.
You can do it how you want. I'm not telling you how to do your thing. I'm just telling you the thing I do and why I do my thing the way I do. And you can either accept that reality or you can cope. But that's probably not going to change.
Debating you on that reality, and now you're making emotional appeals. I'm asking for arguments, Jeff.
I just made very factual statements about myself over and over and over that you
Yeah,
not
you're
see.
talking
This
about
is
yourself
when I
and
say
your
Easy's
feelings.
audience.
Feelings
This is
aren't
my
arguments,
experience.
Jeff.
You
You
can
should know
make
this from a logical
very definite statements it bounces right off their brain, and they start talking about all these straw man stuff that I didn't even say, and none of them actually address my statements because I don't think they even grasp them in the first place. And this is my experience of the Crucible and of verbal combat. Hey, easy.
Yo. Yeah,
What's
so
easy?
I ride the long bus. I rode both
to
buses actually.
come up and say what I was saying so that it didn't
Wait,
look like
I want to hear out easy.
I was just saying I wanted to come up and say what I was saying because it didn't look like I was just like bitching from the chat. That's not. I wasn't trying.
Oh,
to,
about why I kicked you out. I remember
I
doing it
wasn't
a
trying
few
to bitch
times.
that you kicked me off. I was just speaking to because like you said you like logical debates, but that's when you kicked me off is when I was pressing your logic on something.
But that's probably not where I kicked you off though. It's probably some other factor other than that. I'd have to go back and see the exact stream, and I know there were like 2 or 3 times when it happened. So I don't know which one.
Yeah, the one I was talking about was when we were talking about how they want to put the 10 commandments up in the classrooms. And I was explaining to you that it's not against the law because they're not saying that anyone has to live by these commandments or anything. They're literally just hanging them up in the classroom. So that's what
I do remember that conversation.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact moment of why I kicked you off.
Just by the name commandment, doesn't that mean you have to do it?
No.
No, at all. No.
But because the way the U.S. is set up with our separation of church and state, there's specific reasons for not doing it here in the U.S.
What is it? Why that again?
That was a good reaction.
From why the Christians grew. Was it because you had to say commune? Wasn't it? You say commune. Is that right?
What's commune?
When you have to
co-communion.
Christ and all that shit, eat the bread.
Yeah, communion. The Catholic, well, some other Protestant denominations do it too.
Was one, right? On that pretext of where people accepted their duty or their whatever in the world. And this happened how many years ago with Constantine? Do you guys know? You remember?
When the Roman Empire, when it became the official
the Roman
state religion.
Empire, Constantine, I mean, what is it, the east to west?
Yeah, Constantine somebody split the empire.
The 10 Commandments came from, it's part of the Mosaic Law, I believe. It came from Moses.
Yeah,
hey, Jeff.
But we know that, what is it, that Moses, is it Moses? It's Moses?
Well, in the is it like in the Bible? Didn't he go up on the mountain and God gave him the commandments and he brought him back down to the people?
There were like 47.
There might have been a few more commandments, and he dropped it.
Like from the history of the world.
Yeah, but what
the
I was
20 10 commandments.
What I was saying
Why is the guy
about
stealing
this,
my mustache?
you can't.
Why is the guy stealing my mustache?
What about your mustache?
Why is he stealing my mustache?
Because it has infinite power, sir.
Well, it's not working for him
Hey,
today.
Homie, when you noticed he stole your mustache, your facial reaction was absolutely solid gold. It was really well done.
Oh, I just get it. I just got it. Okay.
No, he looked up. He
Here,
noticed
let's do
it.
a side by side.
His eyes like deviated for a second. He thought about it. Then he kind of nodded, went on with what he was saying, like it didn't even affect him.
Easy, is that your Halloween costume? Wait, hang on. Yeah. Who won, by the way?
That was my
because you're too short and already up.
That was hilarious. I saw the beginning of that stream. That was a hilarious costume.
It was great. It was great.
Okay, so what was the point about the numbers?
About what?
I don't know, but speaking of numbers, y'all got 10 minutes to get in 4 more super chats before I end the stream.
There you go. But yeah, what I was saying about the 10 Commandments, Jeff, is that if you're just hanging it as a historical document and you're not elevating it as rules to live by, it's not against the law to hang them in the classrooms, right?
It is in the U.S. And,
no, it's not. Though.
There's not a plaque saying why they're hung. They're just hung. So people have to infer for themselves why they're hung, and that's why they keep them out, because that's what the Satanic Temple does. It goes around the United States, and it says, well, if the Christians get to put this, then we get to put the satanic version of it up.
Yeah, but that's fine that they say that, but that doesn't.
And then the woke get to put all their DEI posters up and all that. So the easiest way to solve the problem is to just not have any group get to put theirs up.
Yeah, I understand you think this is like a fair thing, but
some what thing?
Well, because you say there is a
well, yeah, it is a fair thing. Yeah, it is us being fair to all people because we're a pluralistic society here in the United States.
But what is the positive to that?
I'm not making an odd argument at all. I'm not making an argument for it being a positive. I'm just saying that is the way it works here in the United States, and because of that, you can't have them in the classroom. And Louisiana just passed that law saying that you can, and that's going to get challenged and overturned, I believe, even under a Trump administration.
The Satanic Temple doesn't get to decide what's hanging in the schools in America. That's not true.
No, but neither do the Christians. Neither do the Christians. No religious group does.
Nothing in the Constitution.
Scientologists can't go in there and put their shit up. The Masons can't put theirs up.
Last time, I think, because I tried to answer you and you keep interrupting while I'm.
Why would I kick you off for that? It was something you did, not something I did.
I don't know about this, Jeff.
But if you find the stream and send me the link, I will analyze it and I will let you know exactly where I kicked you off.
Well, I'm trying to tell you it right now, and you still don't want to answer.
But I'm not kicking you off. Like, this has nothing to do. The only reason I would kick you off is because in 10 minutes I'm going to end the stream. Everybody's getting kicked off.
Definitely like you, but I feel like you're jumping
I didn't kick you off because I disagreed with your argument. I guarantee that's not the reason I kicked you off, because we're having the same argument now and you're fine. It was something else you were doing. You were either policing me. Maybe it was you telling me to calm down or something like that. I don't remember. But if you were trying to micromanage how the conversation was happening, you might have got kicked off for that. But just having the conversation itself would not have gotten you kicked off.
Jeff, in an actual conversation, two people get to speak, right?
You can speak.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to explain to you that the Constitution doesn't prohibit displaying the Ten Commandments as a historical document.
Yes, it does. The courts have ruled, because the Constitution is not the final word. That's why we have the Supreme Court and the body of rulings that come out of that, the precedents that those set. We have determined.
There are states right now that require them to hang the Ten Commandments.
Well, that Louisiana just passed the law, and as I said, it's going to get overturned. So just keep your eye on that. And if it doesn't get overturned, if it goes to the Supreme Court and the Supreme say, yes, they can have the Ten Commandments, then we can revisit the conversation and you'll have much more fodder for your side. But right now, I look for it to get overturned. I'm pretty certain it's going to get overturned. I'm pretty certain the Supreme Court is going to say, no, you cannot do this, and here's all the legal reasons in the United States of why.
Yeah, but I'm giving you reasons of why it can.
Well, I'm going to go by the Supreme Court justices before I go by
you're gonna
a Canadian's reasons why we can't have
and this is what you said last time. The Canadian, I'm a dual citizen, Jeff. I voted for Trump too, buddy.
Okay, well, I'm still going to go by the Supreme Court justices.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to appeal to authority, so you won't actually think.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yes, that is the final authority for those kind of decisions in the United States.
Court's always right.
It's not always right, but that is what we as a nation agree to have be the final authority. And then we have checks and balances to change it. I don't think Citizens United was a good decision. We could change that if we want through Congress with the law, but until that happens, that is the final authority as far as that case goes.
We're talking about the law and what law it's breaking. You're not explaining to me what law it's breaking.
Well, it's breaking the principle of the separation of church and state. You'd have to research the exact laws.
It's the principle. It's not the law.
It is also the law, which is why the Satanic Temple wins on almost every case they file when they challenge Christians getting to do one thing. Do what?
Can you name the law that's broken?
No, I cannot. I'm not a legal scholar. I cannot name the exact law. Effigy says the Establishment Clause.
The Establishment Clause?
That's coming from Effigy. It's in the Constitution.
Yeah, and then again, Effigy, I just explained this. That doesn't prohibit hanging the Ten Commandments as a historical document.
Well, no one's hanging it as a historical document.
Who are you to say what they're hanging it for?
Well, I just explained that when it's hanging, there's no way for any one person to know why it's hanging. So that's not a good enough
So you
reason to put
can't
it up
prove
there.
that that's what they're hanging. They're not.
I don't have to prove. You're making a straw man argument that I'm not even making. I'm just telling you right now in the United
What's a
States,
straw man, Jeff?
it's when you attack a point that somebody didn't make in the first place. You
Right,
create
and
a
I've
version
only
of their
attacked
argument and
things
you
you
start
said.
attacking that instead of the argument they're actually making. That's what Andrew Wilson did during the debate. That's what happens during verbal combat. That's
Yes.
what your audience did the whole time
I've
I
only
was hanging
addressed
out
things
at the
you
debate
said.
reviewed. So if you don't know what a straw man is, that's like one of the basic concepts
No,
of
I
debating.
know what a straw man is. It seems you don't know what a straw man is.
I
because
just
I've
told you
only
what a straw
attacked
man
your
was.
arguments. I've only went at your arguments.
No, I wasn't making an argument. I was telling you how things currently are in the U.S. I wasn't making an argument. You can go look it up yourself. I'm not arguing that it should be a certain way. I'm just stating factually how it currently is.
Yeah, but Jeff, still
You're
though.
wrong about how it currently is. So
Okay,
like,
well,
that's
you know,
what we're
it's all
trying
on
to get
stream. The
to here.
viewers can decide for themselves.
So that you
Jeff,
appeal
you
to
get upset easily
crowd.
in debates, Jeff.
I'm not upset. I get emotional because I'm a Spurg, and that's what happened. I'm a very passionate person, and so if you have if my emotions are the issue, that's nothing to do with my logical argument. That's you distracting yourself
You're
from
not
the actual
making a
argument and
logical
focusing on
No,
my
that
emotionality.
wasn't my question.
That's your problem. I'm not. That's not going
Yeah,
away
no,
or going to change.
no, that wasn't
And
my
I'm by
question.
far
My question
not
was
the only
determining.
person on the internet that gets excitable when they get into these
Yeah,
conversations.
but Jeff, one
By
of your
far.
Nothing
answers
wrong
just
with
And
now
that.
was,
that's
I'm
I know
gonna-
there's nothing wrong, so I don't know why you're bringing it up because that's
Yeah,
a norm
well,
here on my channel.
That wasn't
This
my
is a norm.
question, Jeff.
Everybody gets to be like that. That's why. What's his face?
One of
Joker
your
came up
answers
and got
was
to be
that.
like that. The only reason
One
I
of your
took him off
answers,
was
Jeff,
so
were,
other people
"You're
could have a
Canadian, and I'm
conversation,
gonna
not
listen to
because
the
of his
Supreme
spurging out.
Court." Right? That was literally one of your arguments just now.
I didn't hear anything you just said. Easy. What?
Okay, well, one of your arguments earlier was that I'm Canadian and you're going to listen to the Supreme Court.
That
So
wasn't
what
an
kind of
argument. That wasn't an
logical
argument.
argument is that?
That was, if you
What
took that as
logic
an
are you
argument, it
using?
wasn't.
Well, then why did you say it?
Just because, just to throw it in there.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't
But-
logical.
Yeah, it was to give weight to the authority of the Supreme Court in relation to you.
Right, you appealed to authority for a debate.
Well, no, I'm gonna. I appeal to the authority of the Supreme Court because that's what
That's
the
a
United States
fallacy.
government is set up to do.
No,
That's
that's a
what we
logical
as citizens
fallacy,
of the
right?
United States agree
That's a logical
is
fallacy,
the
right?
authority.
You know
That's
that,
what we
right?
invest our authority in.
You know
that's
when
a
you
logical
Congress,
challenge laws.
The executive branch and the
He doesn't
Supreme
wanna
Court.
admit
Those
it.
are the three branches of government. I'm sure you know this. That's why
Yeah, but
I don't know what you're exactly attacking here because all
Jeff,
I'm
but
doing
what Easy
is laying
saying
out
is
the
all of
basic
those get
structure of our government,
contested.
and then you
Appealing
keep
to
accusing me of
authority
making some kind of
contested.
argument.
You can't
You
appeal to
understand that,
authority
right?
because the Constitution, laws, everything can get contested and get revised. So it's not
I
good
didn't
to
say
appeal
any.
to
I didn't say
authority.
any of
That's what
that. See,
Easy's saying.
viewers watching, and not the two talking right now, but they're not my audience for this. The viewers watching, this is an example
rude.
of what I talk about when they either don't grasp the actual points I'm making, or they grasp them and dismiss them, and then they start attacking something that I'm not making. This is what happens when I go on the Crucible. This is what happens when I go in verbal combat, and this is what happens when I hang out in Easy's audience, and this is what happens on my own channel when Easy and Chris Lestrange come up. So just
I've only
while
been
we're
on once, Jeff. I
identifying
wanna have a nice
tactics and
discussion with
categorizing
you.
them, this
you
is
just
the
made a
tactic
whole
I'm
bunch of
talking about.
logical fallacies, and
So
you're
I'm glad
arguing
you've provided me
logical arguments.
copious
Come on.
examples of that in the future. I can just refer people to this stream so they can see what I'm talking about. So I don't have to keep articulating it for people. You've done me a great service today, gentlemen, both of you, and I thank you. I'm going to wrap the panel up now. I'm coming up on
That
about
wasn't the
2
W you
minutes.
think it was, Jeff. But
Do you have anything you want to close with, Easy?
yes, you can't like logic if you're going to use logical fallacies in a debate. Just saying.
Okay.
I appreciate you, Jeff.
I appreciate you too. Thank you for your contribution. Chris, you got anything you want to end on?
Thank you for having me on, Jeff. I'm here in good faith. I just want to debate, and like I'm just saying, I think you're a good debater, and yeah, emotions are good, passion is great, but we got to watch out for letting other people fuck with our emotions. That's all I was trying to say. But thank you
I
for having
manage
me
my
on.
emotions fine. I will put my emotional management up against anybody, so I'm okay in that area. If you are here in
Alright.
good faith, and I'm still skeptical, then I will just say I find your ability to understand the points I'm making to fall a little short. If you are in good faith, if you're not intentionally distorting them or misunderstanding them.
No, I hear you. Yeah, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it, though.
You too. Come back anytime.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Chris. Good to meet you. Hey, Zach.
Hey.
What's up?
So anyway, like I was saying about Edinburgh. No,
Is it already dark there?
Yeah, it's fucking
Oh my
dark.
God! It was sunlight like an hour ago.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, you bring the darkness.
Yeah. I live in Mordor.
Yeah, the Garden of Eden.
I just wanted to tell Outlaws that I'm okay. I don't move much.
Oh. Yes, not loss. We can feel your concern.
Well,
What you have going on tonight?
I don't know. I might stream because I'm kind of
Oh,
bored.
okay. In fact, let me find another panel to send everybody else to. Barnabas is streaming if you're interested in that.
Midlife.
Yeah, let me send you over to Barney. He's doing that vertical crap, but he at least has a active chat.
What do you mean by that again? What do you mean by vertical again? What does that mean, vertical?
This thing, the thing that YouTube's trying to get everybody to go to.
Really?
Yep, look, see how it just...
Yeah, I know, but why? Why would they do that?
Because of TikTok. It's people that watch on their phones and they find things to swipe through on their phones. So YouTube's trying to incentivize everybody to go vertical to compete with TikTok. They're even rolling out a new form of super chat type thing that you can use if you go live vertically.
Oh, okay. Even if you're not monetized, you have to be monetized.
That I'm not sure, actually. It's called Jules. They haven't rolled it out on my channel yet, so once they do,
what?
I'll let everybody know. All right, there's Barnabas's channel.
Yeah.
You two. Oh, see that? Aha! We hit on it. That's what I'm reacting to. People trying to change me into their version of what they want me to be. I don't do that shit. I have a real problem as somebody that works in men's mental health with men policing and micromanaging other men. I absolutely hate men that cannot just let other men be themselves. Whatever emotion level they are at, however they do their debates, however they prioritize logic, just letting men be men without other men coming in with other ideas of how men should be and kind of trying to socially engineer them into their vision. I knew there was something going under this surface. Thank you, Easy, for articulating it.
Yeah, that's a good point, though. Some men are killers. Depends on the situation.
Yeah, see, Ninja, that's the type of stuff that they don't get. We're talking about in school classrooms. That the Louisiana law is specifically targeted to school classrooms. I'm not talking about museums and history and stuff like that. Well, when you learn how to do one, let me know and you can practice. I'll be glad to walk you through one. I hear Andrew Wilson has a course on it, but if you relied on just that, I've seen how he does his logic. I think you're going to come out with some lacunas in your skill set.
Have a good night, Jeff.
Take care, Zat. Good to see you.
See you.
Here, I'll drop your channel. If you stream, if Zat streams later, check him out. Here's his channel. All right, that's it for me for today. We did our 2 hours. I may do some evening streams every now and then spontaneously. I might do one tonight. I'm going to go play games in Discord right now with Moose and Not Loss. But depending on what happens tonight, I may come back. And if I do, we'll do another one of those couple of hours, and then I'll keep it going if I meet the Super Chat goals. But in the meantime, that's it for the daily stream. Oh, thank you, Plasma. You too. I'll do that debate. But I have a feeling it's going to go like all of our other debates, where I try to make my points and then you sidetrack them or derail them onto some other thing that I'm not actually saying, or some other context that I'm not talking about. So we're gonna need a moderator that can have you focus back on the actual topic when you need to, and have me focus on whatever the parts that you need me to focus on. So it might be able to happen if we have the right moderator that can keep us both on the track that we set up ahead of time. I respect you, dude. I don't think I'm disrespecting you. As a content creator, I absolutely admire you. I think you've achieved something quite remarkable on YouTube that the rest of us can look up to and be inspired by. And that I'm serious about. You have a really great YouTube game going, and I can only hope one day to do something similar. Even my goals are a little different, but your production values, the structure of verbal combat, you have a monetization model that I can only dream of. So the work, you can tell you've put a lot of your heart, your own passion and work into this. This is not just like a hobby you woke up and half-assed. So that I absolutely respect and appreciate. Okay, I'm going to play Submarine, Barotrauma. I hear that there were satanic cultists in there last time I played that I started creating ties with, and I helped them out with they're trying to turn themselves into this alien creature. And then I'm hearing rumors of guys walking around with handcuffs that rip your clothes off and throw you into dark holes. So I'm excited to see what that's about. So I'm going to go check that out. Leggy, you want to come up for a few minutes? I'll make an exception if you want to check in. Because one thing I'm trying to do is discipline myself to not give too much of this away for free if I can monetize it, which is one thing I'm trying to do. I just have to find the right model that works for me. I've switched to it. I've been doing those like 8 to 12-hour streams, and I haven't been getting a lot of return on my time. So I've switched to a new model where I do 2 hours a day at the same time every day, and then if people want more than that, they can meet the super chat goal that I set, and then I keep the panel going. But if they don't meet the goal, then I stop it for the day, and that's a way of me kind of putting a limit on how much I invest without getting anything back, so I don't overinvest. Because if I do my natural level of investment, I'm going to be doing this 8 to 12 hours a day and not getting anything back, and I have to stop myself from doing that. So it's kind of a way for me to train my own self. But I do want to hear from Leggy real quick. We haven't checked in with a while.
Yeah, what's going on?
Speakeasy, I am actually. I'm working up. Once I hit 1,000, I'm going to roll out a new tier that's going to be a second member-only tier, and we're going to have more focused and targeted streams. So I am working up to that. That is in my plans. What's up, Leggy?
Well, so since this is going to be a build-up for this thing, we should do a twofer, all right? So, but it could be any random album that you want. Just pick a random album, and we'll do it that day. Talk about it.
Oh, you mean like not do the Guns N' Roses Ministry battle?
No. We'll still do that one.
And then do a second album that we just randomly pick?
Yeah, we'll just pick one off the top of our heads right then and
Okay,
there.
I could do that. And do I tell it to you in advance, or
No.
we
We'll
just
do
that
it right
day?
then and there. Yeah,
So does it have to be one you've heard of then?
No, I mean, because we can always, as long as it's something, maybe we can play like a 30-second sample of or something. Somehow.
It's the copyright thing. I could drop links to the songs, and the audience can like watch them on their own, so they at least know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Yeah, we'll make it work. Okay. So anyway, by the way, this Wednesday is my birthday. I'm doing an all-day birthday stream, but also Leggy and I have this thing going every Wednesday where we do an album battle, and he picks an album and I pick an album. And this Wednesday, he picked Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. I picked Ministries, The Land of Rape and Honey. and we're gonna put those head to head. But he's saying in addition to that, as a bonus, we're gonna show up with a surprise album and just drop it on each other that day, and then see which one comes out on top. So yeah, I like that.
And I got thinking, and in the spot, since we don't have, uh, there's only 11 songs, not 12 like Guns N' Roses. Uh, I figured maybe we could each pick a fill-in ministry song and put in there. Because I was talking to my wife's uncle about it. So like he's a big fan of theirs. So like we had a good discussion. Because like, what do you know about ministry? He goes,
Oh.
what do I know? So.
Um, yeah, we could do that. Because what I was gonna do, because I'm still in the process of ranking them, and I was just gonna drop one of the Guns N' Roses song off. I'm not sure but there's some ministry songs too that I'm gonna drop off because they were kind of bonus tracks. They weren't on the original album, and
So
I
which
don't
one
think
are
they
you
add a
listening
lot
to?
to the
Because
cohesion
the
of the
one I've
original
been
album.
listening to is just the normal 11.
Is it 11 songs?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I think the one
some of
over
those
in
songs
Europe
were
is like
added. They're not on
13.
the original album version. They were added to the CD version.
Okay. So I guess you got to send me that link to the right
It's the one I sent. The one I sent has the 11 songs, and I was going off of that because Appetite for Destruction has 12, so it's close enough.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So I am listening to the right one then.
Yeah, you are. Yep.
Well, because
The
see, there's
track
one
called
song.
Hezbollah in the middle is a bonus track, and then
Well,
one
see,
of
there
the
was one
tracks
song
toward
on
the
like
end.
at the end. Yeah. Instead of
The
it being
very
the
last
end.
track though is kind of a remix. It's this I forgot his name. He's this British producer DJ, and he kind of made that track out of Ministry sounds, but it's not one that Ministry actually kind of put together for themselves, and that's what sounds a little different. And it's probably my least favorite track on the album. That one will probably get rated at the bottom.
Well, I mean, when they did it, this is when they were taking This album, they took a
Yeah,
bunch of different samples. They come back. It was a different sound for them compared to normal. So
and if you notice, it kind of continues off of Flashback, which was the last track, and it's kind of like an extended remix of what's already going on musically in Flashback that this British music producer put together, and then they tacked it on
yeah,
at the end of the album.
but I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun, good conversation. But no, fuck, I was getting ready to hop on, and you ended it.
What you got going tonight? Are you We enjoyed your visit to the man cave the other day.
Yeah,
Uncle Dan,
dude,
Uncle
actually,
Dan, was that his name?
he got all paranoid. He was like, he goes,
Oh, he
I
didn't know
just,
he was in front of the whole world.
well, after
It's
I
not a
got
man
done,
cave anymore when the whole world
well, no, he was just
gets
like,
let in on it.
he was like, oh my god, I showed that part. I go, so it's illegal. Your point's what? Those try
Yeah,
to.
it was definitely cool in this space. He
Oh
don't have anything to
man,
worry about there.
it was interesting. It was
If
interesting.
trolls show up at his house or something, let me know. That's when he knows he has a real
Well,
issue. When the
they have to
trolls
find the
discover him.
right they have to find the right boat and get on the right boat and find the right house and yeah.
Yeah. Find Uncle Dan. It could be the new Carmen. What's her name? Carmen San Diego game.
Yeah, where in the world's
Where
Carmen?
in the world is Uncle Dan?
Yeah, yeah, no, it was
You
good
have
time.
anything happening tonight?
Uh, no, not really. Not really.
Okay.
Just
I might be on later. We're going. Hey, are you on Steam? Do you want to play that submarine game with us?
Jeff, I don't game. I'm
Oh, you
36
don't
years
game.
old. I don't game. Monopoly that night was the closest
Oh
to
yeah, I
gaming.
forgot about that.
Okay, okay. I don't game, sir. At 36 years old, I like to think I have better things to do with my life
Oh well.
than play video
Aren't you
games.
all proper in sedity? Who would
No,
have thought?
no. In all reality, I just get bored. I get bored really quickly with it. Like you know what I mean? Like unless like
You always
unless
have to have something popping in your brain.
well, like if I was like at my buddy's house or something, he had like 2K on like football or basketball, like I'd sit down and probably play or play around with zombies and shit like that. But to sit there, I might play like 3 to 4 rounds of fucking multiplayer and Call of Duty or something like that. But other than that, like fuck, dude, I got 2 Xboxes at the house, and I don't think either one. I don't even think my kids have turned them on in fucking months.
Well, you just haven't played Cosmic Encounter yet. That's the kind of excitement I think
The fuck is Cosmic
you're
Encounter?
you're craving that you don't
Is
know
it
you're
like
craving.
Space? Is it like
It's
Space
a board game.
Invaders?
It's a really fun board game that once I find enough people to teach, we're gonna start live streaming.
Seems like some
Oh,
type of Nazi game.
yeah, that's common. I think video games in general are like the playground of ADHD. No, it really doesn't, dude. If you can play that, what is it, War Battle, that card game where you each lay down a card and flip it over, and the highest card wins. That is
Wait,
the basic mechanic of the
is
whole
that
game. If
Moose?
you
Is
can
the
do
panda
that, you
versus
can
Luke? That's
understand
Moose, ain't
everything
it?
else.
That's Moose, ain't it? I'm mad at Moose.
You're mad at Moose. What's Oh
Yeah.
God, don't what's
I was
going on?
standing right in front of Moose the other day, give him all these signs. I'm like, meh, 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 not coming right out and like calling him out, being like, hey, motherfucker, I'm here. No, no, I'm standing right in front of him in the store, him and his fucking little short stature with his fucking little fucking weird beard he's got going on, standing right there. I'm like,
And
what's
he
up?
didn't even he didn't even acknowledge. It's like when Jesus they denied Jesus.
I'm like, what's up, bub? How are you? Go, good day, huh? To go to the fair, huh? And I figured maybe that would get.
And he
He
didn't
goes, ah.
he
He
didn't
goes, ah, there
register.
ain't no fairs around here.
Oh. What a troll. You went and trolled Moose in person, and he didn't even know it was you.
Oh. Unless it wasn't Moose, then it could have been someone I thought. But I'm pretty confident that the store I
Well,
stopped
now you
at
know where to
the other
find him
way.
again. You should go in there with like a fake nose and a mustache and some glasses.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
have a mustache like that dude that was on panel here earlier.
well, what shirt was he wearing? We can settle it right now.
I don't fucking remember his fucking whatever shirt he had on for work. His work
Do you
shirt. I
remember
don't fucking know.
anything about him that you can identify?
I just told you his beard, his glasses, his beard. He was
Yeah,
looking
but
all prim.
people would know that from just watching the panels. It has to be something that he knows that he had on that
Look,
day.
I'm just fucking with him. I'm fucking with him. I'm fucking with him. I am pretty confident I know the store, but I haven't walked in there yet.
Oh, so you don't even know if you're at the right place.
No,
Okay.
no,
Well,
I'm
we'll
just
see
fucking
if
with
he
him.
can
No, no,
find
no, I'm
Uncle
fucking with him.
Dan's man
I'm,
cave before
no,
you can
no. What
find
I'm
his store.
joking, what I'm saying is, I'm joking. I didn't actually go into the store thinking it was Moose. I'm just fucking trying
Oh,
to
you
troll
didn't.
Moose.
Okay.
I'm just trying to
Well,
troll Moose. I'm
Moose,
trying to
be
get
on the
Moose to
lookout
confirm
for.
my suspicions before I go in, before I make a random stop at this store. I mean, it's on my way to Bangor. I think. I think it sits almost parallel to perpendicular to another store. I
Well,
think.
you told a very believable story. It certainly fooled me, which is not
Well.
hard to do. I'm very trusting and
Well.
naive.
Well.
You could all be trolling me. I wouldn't even know it.
No. So it's not that one. All right, I'm gonna figure. I'm basing it off this picture he sent me and the fact that he gets meat. So there's only so many stores that sell Shell gas that sells produce. So.
Well, don't dox the
So
guy too hard.
well, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just saying. There's only so many grocery slash.
Call up Shell and say, "Hey, I'm looking for a store, the store
Yeah.
that Moose works at," because that's probably not even the name he works under.
Well, I know that.
Well, let us know what happens.
I'll figure it out. I'll
Yeah,
figure it out.
like he's on the case, like you were with that lady and the credit card.
Dude, don't even get me started on that bullshit.
I had to get a little troll in there
Don't,
myself.
don't, don't, don't even get me started.
Oh,
All
you
right.
do work? So people can go to stores in Maine and say, "Hey, is there a moose that works here?" Yeah, Leggy. Oh, that's a great point, dude. You work on an actual boat. That's what we need in this game. We're manning a submarine, and we have to fight all these creatures. Well, yeah, but I pointed her there. I don't know if she would have found it on her own. My mom stopped by Moose's store one day, and they took a picture together.
Well, was your mother in Bar Harbor?
She was, she was on vacation, and they were up in Maine.
Yeah.
They were going to that
Okay.
Arcadia Park. They went to
Okay.
see the season, like
So
the
she
leaves.
seen.
They went to watch.
So I'm thinking the wrong end of town here. Okay. Okay. That's clear. More
Oh, she
clear.
walked in and asked for moose, and they came and got you.
Oh, that's more clear. That's more clear now to me. I think. But with you saying that, it's clicking. So now I was looking at the wrong end of town.
Well, how
Okay.
big can whatever the town be?
Well, I mean, well, when I say town, I'm talking about area, not necessarily
Oh,
like
okay.
towns. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I was taking a nap and I woke up and there was a text from her, and it said, "Me and your friend Moose" or something like that. And it's her and Moose like posing together for the camera. I'm like, this is
Moose,
too. My
would there
brain
be a
cannot
three
compute this
involved?
right now.
Is there a 3-1 involved in the road?
Hey, why don't y'all maybe chat about it on Discord, because I don't know if I want to dox Moose that publicly.
What do you mean? I'm not. I just asked if there was a 301
Yeah,
involved.
but you know what you're doing. You probably know this, being a troll yourself.
What?
You're narrowing it down in ways that viewers could
Well, I'm
use.
narrowing it down for areas that I know necessarily.
Right, but just the
I'm
fact that it's
talking.
being narrowed down at all is kind of approaching the dox zone.
Well, okay, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Just as a fellow Mainer that's in the same area as him, I'm just trying to. I was just trying
yeah.
to piece things together.
I mean,
I'm
I
so,
don't think with your detective skills, I don't think he'll be hard to find.
what do you
So
call him?
Moose, be looking for or be, be smelling for a guy who walks in.
That smells like lobster bait.
Yeah,
Well, wait, well, that's a lot of people down
I
here. Never
know. I was
mind.
about to say, how would you lobster and weed? Sniff around for lobster and weed. You never know. Coming to a convenience store near you. All right. Well, speaking of, oh, not lies. All right, I got in the stream now for sure.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
guys, I'm gonna go take a short break. Probably get a little bit of lunch. So give me like, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, and then I'll hit y'all up in Discord, and we can go help find my satanic daddy with the handcuffs. As far as the rest of you, take care. No, there's not going to be any more Jeffs. I promise you. I think she'd be the first person to agree to that. Take care, everybody. Fun stream. Thanks for hanging out. Keep supporting the channel. Tell your friends. Network. If you know of opportunities for me to go on other channels, or for other channels for us to collaborate with. If you want to volunteer and help out the channel, we have a volunteer application now. And so there's all kind of opportunities. We want your support. This is a community project, so please step in and support any kind of way that you feel moved to. And if I don't see you tonight, I'll definitely see you again tomorrow, same time, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central. Have a great day. I'm going underwater to find me some seamen.